What's up, guys? Big surprise. We're starting early today. Starting 4 minutes early. It's a big accomplishment for me. So this is gonna be a fun ass stream. There's in the last week, as I'm sure a lot of you guys have been following, there's been a lot of drama in the manosphere, most of it involving Rollo. So I'm gonna cover a lot of it. I'm gonna give you my perspective. There's some things that I know behind the scenes that's probably not public information. Also, since I have experience with valuetainment, I can kind of give you the inside scoop on his criticisms of valuetainment, whether they're real or not. We're gonna be covering all the good stuff. Trust me, it's gonna be juicy. And also, I'm going to give you guys a update on my debate with Rollo, kind of where that's at right now, where that's at and what needs to happen for it to move forward. But before we get into that, I do want to say that I'm really appreciative of all the comments and feedback I got on my video yesterday. I spent about an hour going through every comment, trying to respond to a lot of them. And there's been a lot of really, really good feedback that you guys gave me. So I really, really appreciate that. It definitely cleared my mind a little bit. And now I think I have a much clearer vision what I want to do with this channel moving forward. So for everyone who responded, for everyone who gave me detailed feedback, thank you. I really, really appreciate it. And even if I didn't respond to your comment, doesn't mean that I didn't take the time to read it. But yeah, thanks again, guys. I really appreciate for everyone who stopped by and gave their feedback on that. Also, one of the things that you guys have asked for is already happening. So you guys asked for hey, can you get the ultimate dating coach super panel, all the best guys in the game? And I have already set it up. So we got it just one of the guys just confirmed 30 minutes ago. So it's all set. So we got Austin Summers, Marcus from UMP, and Andy from Kill Your Inner Loser, and me. We're going to be all on the panel this Thursday night. So I think that's going to be a really, really fun. I think there's going to be massive value there to have the four of us, giving you guys feedback. I think that's going to be really dope. And hopefully you guys are looking forward to that. Anyway, so let's let me outline the plan for this stream. So we're going to start off by reacting to the Abin Preach situation, and then we'll get into the valuetainment stuff, and then we'll get into my debate with him and what the update on that is. So I'm going to try to be as objective as possible. Again, it's no secret that I really dislike this guy Rollo. I think he's a coward. I think he's a hypocrite. I think he's a massive liar. You guys are going to see during these reactions, he's been caught in multiple lies. I'm going to point out what those lies are. But I'm going to try to be fair as possible to both parties and try to be as objective. So I'm going to take my fucking I'm not going to say hate because I don't really hate the dude. He has never done anything personally. But my dislike for this dude, put it aside and just try to be as neutral as possible with value this. And then we will do a open panel at the end. So I'm going to open it up. Hey, if you disagree with some of my assessments, come on, give me your thoughts. Again, I'm really open to taking feedback or criticism. We can have a discussion about it. So yeah, I'll do a little Q&A at the end. Or if you want to talk to me about something else, there's something else that you want to ask me, or there's something else on your mind, that's cool too. We can have a discussion. Probably go for 2 hours, but we'll see. I don't have a time limit on this stream, so we'll go for as long as we need to. I have a pretty open night tonight, but yeah, so we'll get through all of that. So let me quickly take a look at some Q&A, and then we'll start going through it. Rollo just called you out again on his new stream for a debate. Okay, cool. Yeah, I can take a look at that. I'll give you guys the update. There's been some behind the scenes, tiny amount of progress on that. But it might happen. But Rollo, I'll just explain to it when we get to it because it requires a whole explanation. When are you going to come debate Rollo? You fucking like him on, bro. He already said he's ready for you in person. Well, yes, I've been trying to make that happen for literally a year now. I have messaged Adam from Valuetainment. I messaged what's his name, Michael Sartain, who's Rollo's business partner. I've made community posts. I've done every single possible thing in my power to make that debate happen. Trust me. The reason this debate hasn't happened isn't because of me. Okay, I've gone out of my way to try to make this debate happen to the point where it's almost why the fuck am I trying so hard to make a debate happen with this fucking loser? But yeah, I think it's gonna be really good content. I think it's gonna be really interesting. So yeah. Rollo respond to me, asked him why he's running away from me. Okay, awesome. So yeah, maybe you could drop me a timestamp. I'm assuming you're talking about the stream today, so maybe you could drop me a timestamp. And I can't bring myself to watch his long form content. He's super boring. It's kind of cringy. But when people send me timestamps and clips, I do take a look at that. So if you can drop me the timestamp for when you ask that question, I'll respond to it live on air. Thank you for reading the comments. Also, Rollo talked smack about you on his live stream today. Okay, cool. Yeah, if you could drop me the the timestamp on that, I will react to it. I liked Rollo until he started hating on Pro and being scared to debate you in Destiny. I just lost respect and don't care what he has to say anymore. Yeah, man. I mean, the Pearl thing is interesting, right? Because when it comes to philosophy and ideology, they're like 99% in alignment. There's really not much that Pearl says that Rollo doesn't agree with. The reason that I think, and this is speculation, I can't prove this, is that Rollo is talking shit about Pearl is because I think he has a massive ego and he cannot stand for anyone in the red pill community to be bigger than him, at least when they don't pay him homage. So Fresh and Fit like constantly pays him homage. It's like, oh my God, Rollo, I learned this from him. Rollo's the best, right? So he's like, yeah, do that, modern. But someone like Pearl, who's kind of doing her own thing, like taking it off, she's like, oh, she must be copying me. So I think it's a jealousy thing. I think it's just a bitterness thing. I think he's an old man who's just very cranky and bitter and just unhappy about, I don't know. Maybe he thought he would be farther along in his career. Maybe he thought he would be big as Pearl. I don't know. But yeah, like really, there's not much I don't know what Rollo's going to come after Pearly thinks for. You guys literally agree on everything. Personality wise, Pearl is great. Like I've met her. I've talked to her extensively. She's very nice. She's very friendly, very respectful. I have nothing bad to say about her personally. But values wise and philosophy, yeah, I have some massive disagreements with her. But like as a person, as a human being, she's fucking awesome. Like there's literally not one negative thing I can say about Pearl. And again, it doesn't mean that I agree with her about everything. I disagree with a lot of things she says, but she's always been kind. She's always sweet to people. She's always fair, reasonable. Like what the fuck is he even talking about? Okay, let's see what other questions. I don't like PBD scammer. Yeah, I don't know how. I disagree with Patrick Bet David about a lot of politics and other stuff like that. I don't know how he's a scammer though. What seems what he's doing is very honest, straightforward. He has a podcast where he talks about money. Like, what's wrong with that? So I definitely think it's a massive stretch to call him a scammer. Seriously, I don't know how Michael Sartain works for the guy. Me neither, honestly. I don't think it's going to last. They just seem to be too different. Michael Sartain is very pragmatic, it seems to me, and kind of like focused, versus Rollo is kind of cranky and bitter and like ideological. I don't know. I don't suspect it working out long term. I think they just recently started working together, but they're totally different because I like and respect Michael Sartain. Like, yeah, he's a guy who's willing to have debates. As you guys saw, he was willing to debate Knight and Bishop on my channel. Props to him for doing that. Hey, he's going into a quote unquote hostile environment. He made the best of it. He seems like a very straightforward, like a straight shooter, like someone who, like, when they give you the word, you can trust them. He doesn't seem like a sneaky motherfucker like Rollo. Dude, Rollo will talk hella shit about you in Destiny and one debate. Fun as fuck. I agree. I don't know how people have the time to watch a 3-hour low striving an emotional soul, but I know it's crazy, right? Because he calls himself like the rational male. He says that women are emotional, men are logical. He's the least logical and most emotional person I ever see. You're 100% correct about the Rollo Pro thing. Yeah, man. Thanks. Rollo sits in the chat while Destiny's debating someone else and calls out fallacies. He's a two-bag dude. Yeah, I've never seen anyone run away from debates like Rollo does. Like, it's not just with me that he's run away from debates from. Like, he's run away from debates with Destiny. He runs from debates with anyone who's not some super blue pill sip, right? Because he wants to be the red pill expert. So it's someone who has like experience with game in the red pill community. That's kind of the shit he doesn't want to do. He wants to always be the red pill expert. You don't have to agree with Pearl just to know she's a very good person, has her own beliefs, just always do. Yep, I agree. Rollo is live right now. He said he will debate you if you come to Vegas. Yeah, so Rollo, as of now, wants me to come to his studio and do the debate there, right? So what I'm proposing is a neutral platform. I think that's more than fair. I have even said that Michael Sartain, who's his business partner, can moderate. So I'm already going into it with a disadvantage of sorts, right? I said that, but I'm not going to do it in his studio. Let's either do it in a neutral studio, right? There's many studios that would sponsor this, or we can do a co-stream, right? But it's not going to be, I'm not going to fucking fly to Vegas to his studio where I'm going to be at a massive disadvantage where they can cut my mic, interrupt me and shit like that, right? So I'll go out of my way to make this happen, but I'm not going to put myself at a massive disadvantage. Let's do any kind of neutral studio, neutral platform, or if you don't want to travel because your fucking blood pressure is too high, let's do a co-stream. That's kind of my my offer there. Timestamp, Rollo talking about you, 2 hours, 39 seconds. It's still live. Okay, cool. I will react to that near the end. So let me take a photo of this so I don't forget. Yeah, we will react to the stream today at the end. Okay, there we go. Carrie, I'm not doing people on right now. It's going to be at the end. You could come on. Rollo can't run. He said he'd debate you. Yeah, we'll see about that. Okay, yeah, you might be right. I know nothing about that, so I can't comment on that since I don't really know anything about his side business. If someone is legit to start team vouchers for Rollo and what he says, does that do nothing to impact your view of him? No, absolutely not. Because smart, honest people make mistakes all the fucking time. You guys know which content creator I made a mistake with. So yeah, like people make mistakes all the time. And yeah, so Michael Sartain is someone I like, but he's not someone I'm close to. I don't know whether I would even trust his judgment that now. I would trust his word if he tells me something, but I don't know him well enough to be able to say I trust his judgment. If it was like a really close friend of mine, someone who I'm like really close with, like Austin Summers or something like that, that would be a different story. But Michael Sartain, again, we don't really know each other well. We've done 2 podcasts together. We've texted a little bit back and forth. I don't know him well enough to say whether I think his judgment is accurate or inaccurate. Alex, the content we always say he wants to debate you. Yeah, I'll literally fucking text Michael Sartain near the end of the podcast. I don't know what his number is, but I will. Okay, let's see. Sorry if this is off topic, but you host parties in Miami, maybe want to come down. No, not really, honestly. We're gonna do a party for 200K, so that'll be I'll have a party for that if you want to come for that. Well, he even burned the bridge with a neutral platform with Valuetainment. Yeah, I know. But there's other platforms that will host it. There's many other neutral platforms that I think this will be like the debate of the century. So I think there's many other platforms that will host this. Again, I've already allowed that Michael Sartain, who's his business partner, can moderate, right? So I'm already making a major concession. Yeah, exactly. That's a good point. Sartain vouched for Luke for years, and we saw how it turned out. Him vouching for all doesn't mean much. Exactly, right? Michael Sartain will be the first person to admit that he made a mistake vouching for Luke, right? Doesn't mean that Michael Sartain isn't a smart dude. It's just people make mistakes, and sometimes your judgment turns, especially since they've only been business partners, I believe, for a very short period of time. The fact that he vouches for him doesn't really mean that much to me. You should. You should collab with KRW to debunk Rollo's talking points. Yeah, I feel like I've already done that, though, several times, so I don't want this to be repetitive. Alex, are you still platforming Mr. Slave? Yeah, sure, he can still come on. I mean, dude, like, everyone is welcome on my platform. The only exception is Hormaxer, and that's because of racism. If you're going to, like, say shit like black people should go back to Africa, like, yeah, I'm not going to have you on my channel. But everything short of explicit racism and threats of violence is welcome. So, yeah, Mr. Slave, fucking weird dude, but, he's still always welcome on my platform. Rollo whining, nonstop Valuetainment will fly now. Dude, I know this fucking blew my mind. Dude, when I was the first time I went to Valuetainment, they were like, I think they offered me like something, like not a flight, this is a drive. I think they said we'll pay for your gas or we'll pay for your transportation. You want to take an Uber. There was something that they offered me. You know what I said? I was like, dude, don't worry about it. Like, I personally don't feel comfortable taking free handouts from other people, right? If it's like a big corporation like fucking Delta Airlines or like some, like Disney or something like that, then if they want to give me a voucher, I'll take that. But from like other people, like other men, I really don't feel comfortable taking handouts. Like even if someone offers to fly me out, I will just fly myself out. Like, I'm a grown ass fucking man. I have my own, have my own money. Why would I need? And clearly Rollo is like pretty fucking financially successful. He's probably a millionaire. Like, you don't actually need another dude to pay for you. And like, personally, I would never ever fucking bitch about someone not wanting to fly me out. I'm a fucking grown-ass man. I can fly myself out. Like, to me, it's so cringe. Modern day debate seems like a neutral platform. They always do weird topics. Yeah, I'm cool. I'm totally cool with modern day debate. Not a problem with me. Sorry, it's our topic. Who's the most famous person you've met? Mel Gibson. I met Mel Gibson at a party. Super nice guy. Is Hormaxer banned? Can you explain? Yes. He, after several warnings, he said a lot of racist shit. Specifically, black people should go back to Africa, and that's what got him banned. Wait, are Rollo and Adam not on good terms anymore? Yes, they're not. I'm going to explain that in the stream. Did you see John when he was in Florida recently? No, we don't talk anymore. Alex, my biggest disagreement with you, platform Mr. Slave is feeding his narcissism and his morals. That's why, hence why I hate it. Yeah, like it just has to do with kind of my philosophy is that I believe in platforming everyone unless they do something like truly like fucking morally repugnant. And like that's things like racism. But Mr. Slave, while he's a crazy fucking dude who has some wild ideologies, he's never said anything that's ultra morally repugnant, at least not on my channel. The pedophilia stuff, it kind of borderlines that, but yeah. He heard he had to debate Pearl and he used money as an excuse. Yeah, it's so cringe, dude. Like this dude has 5 books. The first book was like a bestseller. Clearly, he has like massive amounts of like people donating to him, super chats and patrons. Like clearly he can afford his own flight. The guy definitely makes more money than me. So if I can afford my own flight, then he certainly can afford his flight. It's also kind of cringe because this is what like fucking 20-year-old chicks do. Like, oh, fly me out, fly me out. It's like you're a fucking grown man. Like, why do you want another man to fly you out? Have you ever talked to Austin Dunham? We've emailed back and forth. He said initially he was interested in coming on, and then he dropped off. So I don't know. I want to make it happen because I think he's pretty cool. But John mentioned you recently in this video. Oh, can someone link me the timestamp? I'll take a look at that. Thoughts on Donovan feigning a marriage announcement right after Abba Preach exposed him? I mean, Donovan is almost as bad as Rollo. There's so much hypocrisy with Donovan. Dude, Donovan attacked Preach's wife, except for the fact that the woman he attacked wasn't even Preach's wife. It was just some random comedian that Preach is friends with, right? So he did a whole expose video on this fat chick that Preach is married to, except for the fact that this wasn't actually Preach's wife. He just got the people completely wrong. So he just basically like doxed this like comedian that has nothing to do with Preach besides the fact that they've done a few comedy shows together. And then like fucking Preach, Abba and Preach call him out for that. And then Rollo gets all butthurt. Like, dude, this is the dumbest thing ever. Like, just do a tiny amount of research. Like, you're attacking someone's wife when it's not even their wife. I read Rollo was being foreclosed on. I don't know, sure. Maybe Rollo's just horrible with money. Maybe he spends all his money on fucking beanies or something like that. I don't really know, but Alex was that motherfucker. He said, no, not to kids. I feel like he was scared to lie. Yeah, I know, man. That was ultra cringe. Do you vouch for UMP's product? I've never gone through their product. I don't know anything about it. I vouch for Marcus. So by default, you would think the product is good. But again, I can't vouch for something I've never seen. Did Rollo foreclose his house? Yeah, I don't know anything about that. Again, my attacks on Rollo aren't going to be based on his personal. I'm never going to attack his wife. I'm never going to attack his daughter. I'm never going to attack personal things about him. I'm going to attack his hypocrisy, his ideologies, and his lies. What's your biggest disagreement with Rollo? I have multiple videos on this. Just check it out. Should type in Rollo Tomassi PWF. But I've explained I disagree with some of his iron rules. I disagree with his interpretation of hypergamy. I disagree with some of the claims he's made about me, obviously. So there's quite a few things. It's an ego thing. Pay for my flight. Yeah, maybe. I just think it's ultra cringe for a grown man, to be asking another man to fly him out. Like that, I just could never imagine doing that. Oh, someone I live? I don't know. Okay. Let us get into the reaction video. We got 240 live viewers. Awesome. If you guys can all do me a favor, hit the like button. Like I said, for anyone who's turning in, we're going to go through, I'm going to cover the whole Rollo drama. I'm going to point out several lies that he's been caught in. And then also I'm going to do an open panel so that everyone come on. And then I'll also react live to his reaction about me. I haven't even seen it yet. So It's going to be a fully spontaneous reaction. Alex, I give you respect for not attacking people's wives and girlfriends and calling them ugly. Yeah, I just think that shit is lame. Like, why go after someone's girlfriends or wives? All right, cool. Let's get into it. So I'm going to share the first clip. Trust me, guys, this is going to be good. So we'll start off with the Ab and Preach thing.
Bring it, please. I'm begging you.
Okay, I need everyone to just tell me if the audio is good or not. I want to make sure.
Right here on the chin. Do it. Do it now. I'm begging you. Beware of who you come at in this sphere. Beware.
Oh, if you don't know what's happening right now, this guy's called the godfather of the red pill. He wrote a book.
All right, let me do a quick check. Okay, people are saying audio is good. Let's keep going. So this is going to be hilarious.
That a lot of people think is really important. Some of you other people might know him as Tim Pool's father. And he's upset that we talked about Donovan Sharp being a fraud.
Is he Tim Pool's father?
No, they just, for some reason, are both grown men who wear beanies every day on screen. I don't know. I think for Tim Pool, it's more acceptable because like he's in his 20s, but like you're a 50-year-old man married wearing beanies every day.
Maybe he's cold. I understand the sentiment.
Yeah, marriage is a lonely life.
Abba's a funny dude.
Sorry. It's just something about the dude who's like been married for 25 years. I'll be like, let me tell you about dating guy. I mean, shut your old ass up. You ain't been dating forever. You dated while motherfuckers were using Morse code to get at each other. Some people.
So Abba is being funny, but he's raising a valid point. How the fuck is Rollo going to talk about dating dynamics of modern women when he's been out of the game for 30 fucking years? He has zero experience dating modern women. He has zero experience interacting with modern women aside from the little interaction he has on the Fresh and Fit show. All the information he has, all the stuff he says, he gets from like fucking Reddit, watching Fresh and Fit and reading studies. You're not going to learn game and understand women from reading about on the internet. You have to go out and talk to women. He hasn't done that in literally He's been out of the game. He was out of the game by the time the internet became a thing, right? As we can all agree, internet definitely changed dating. So therefore, I think he's just extremely unqualified to talk about something. I mean, this would be like me talking about snowboarding just because I used to snowboard fucking 20 years ago and trying to be like give you guys snowboarding advice. Although that would be better because at least like my snowboarding thing was like 10 years ago, not 30 years ago.
Typewriters.
If I used typewriters,
yeah,
and he used
hey, he got 15 years on you. He one of them old. Okay.
But let me explain one other thing to you. Abba and Preach, before you start like mouthing off with bullshit like that, especially with people that I know. And again, I'm not defending Donovan. That's his house. He can go.
I'm not defending Donovan. Proceeds to do a whole video where he defends Donovan.
You want? He's defending him. Go talk to Donovan. That's on him. Did he do it? Not.
So what happened was Donovan went after Preach's wife. Completely unprovoked. So Abba and Preach did not go after Donovan at first. He went after Preach's wife, but the girl he was going after wasn't even Preach's wife. It was just some random friend that Preach has. So that's why Abba and Preach called out Donovan, which I think is perfectly valid.
Yeah, clearly he's talked to it. He's talked about it. He's right. He took the hit for it way back when Anthony came at him back in 2020. That Abba and Preach clearly didn't know anything about because they wouldn't have come up with this lame contrived video. And they even admit in the video that they got the information from Anthony. Could it be because he's paying you to do these attack piece videos? I can't wait for the.
Okay, so this is fascinating. So Rollo did the same exact thing with me. So when I made a video criticizing his ideas, he immediately said that I was paid off by Anthony Johnson. If you're not familiar with who Anthony Johnson is, sounds very similar to John Anthony, two totally different people. Anthony Johnson is the guy that runs 21 Studios. I spoke at 21 Studios just once, and it was like fucking 3 years ago, okay? Me and Anthony Johnson, we don't talk regularly. We're friendly, but we're not like, we don't podcast together regularly. Our businesses are not in any way affiliated. But so he's doing the same exact shit, right? Whenever anyone criticizes him and his friends, he just immediately dismisses it and says, Anthony Johnson must have paid them, right? And which is really cringy because he's making false allegations with zero proof. He constantly, fucking talks about, women, making false allegations, you need proof. But he's actually doing the same thing as the girls that he hates does, which is making false allegations about other men with zero proof. He did that to me, and now he's doing it to Ab and Preach.
One on me, shills of Anthony Johnson, but you're happy to take that fucking money and run with it. It's a paid, it's product placement.
Think people looked.
Yeah, he said we're paid by. First off, I didn't even know his name was Anthony Johnson. I just know him as the guy from 21 Studios. I don't know much about him. Okay, I don't know much about him. But if you think we get paid to cover anybody, you are bugging.
You can't prove something that did not happen.
That's my point. So you got to bring the proof. You can't just make that kind of allegation.
No, but the whole rant is irrational. But
So there we go. That is the first lie, that Abba and Preach were paid by Anthony Johnson. That is a lie. It's not true. He made that shit up completely.
Whatever.
I'm not here defending Donovan. Proceeds to try to defend Donovan by discrediting us, but hey,
With bogus allegations.
yeah.
And I think he put a price on how much we were paid.
Hey, but don't we get mad at ladies when they make false allegations?
That's fair. Those are some very,
Abba and Preach is raising the same exact point that I
very
was.
serious allegations. That's why we need this level of accuracy. That's why we need to speak in terms in ways that are that leave no room for error.
Hypocrite.
It turns out that even it turns out that even rational males or red pill dweebs, right? They turn into making up false allegations about people, right? When they don't like them, they just make it up. Look at this. He said we got paid for it.
Funny how they talk about these bitches, and then come to find out you the bitch.
Yo, but anyways, let's listen to Tim Pool's dad.
Tell me who's left. I can't. Please do it again. I would love to recover this, because you do that, I'll be happy to release all of the screen caps I have of you cyber stalking my daughter. Bring it, please. I'm begging you, right here on the fucking chin. Do it. Do it now.
The fuck is he doing? He's like fucking begging another man to attack him. This is like ultra cringe.
Begging you.
I don't know. It's just weird watching a grown man say, "Come for me, come after me. I'm waiting for it." They're like, calm down. I don't care about your stuff. I don't care about your content. I think you're another one of them red pill goofballs from what I can see right now. And also, I think it's interesting people call things hit piece when they just don't like the truth being exposed about them. What did we say in there that's a lie? According to you, we didn't make up any lies. So how is it a hit piece?
Go talk to Donovan. That's on him. Did he do it? Yeah, clearly.
You guys know what a hit piece is? It's when you bring out false information to misrepresent somebody. But that's who he is. That's his videos. We didn't take things out of context. So if you want to make the claim and the false allegation that's a hit piece, you have to provide the evidence. But again, red pill dudes, much like the women they love to criticize and the bimbos that they meet in Miami, are very emotional and love to make false allegations that they can't prove themselves.
So this is so true. This is a massive elephant in red pill in general. So you see this with basically Rollo's whole crew. You see Donovan, you see Myron doing this a lot. So they say that men are logical, women emotional, and then they proceed to get extremely emotional every single fucking chance and make a whole bunch of false allegations. So it's just funny. Like, they fucking make fun of these women for being emotional. But Rollo is one of the most emotional YouTubers I've ever seen. Every single stream, he's getting ultra emotional. He's yelling. He's fucking raging. He's getting pissed off. He's getting butthurt. Sometimes it looks like he's about to cry. Like, you're one of the most emotional people I know, my man.
I've been preaching. You are treading on thin fucking ice, my friend. Because when Donovan does his response video to you, you can expect that he's going to quote, or he's going to bring up the video of you and your milking video with Shan Booty.
Okay. Okay. I guess this is I guess this is the ammunition these guys think they have against me, that I like getting my ass ate every now and then. Sure. Yeah. Nigga, I don't really care what you guys think.
Yeah, so this is like a really dumb thing. So apparently Abba is into having girls eat his ass. Like, why? I don't understand. Like, that's just a fucking kink. Like, why is that embarrassing? There's nothing weird about that. It's like fucking like, oh yeah, I like to fuck girls in the ass. Like, so, like, okay, who gives a fuck? That's like such a random, irrelevant thing to criticize someone for.
If I have an attractive woman who wants to do that and I enjoy it, then we can do it. I don't give a fuck. Is that you see how juvenile and irrational these masculine leaders get whenever you slightly poke? I didn't even poke this dude. I poked the next man. Pause, because poking kind of sucks. But I poked the next man. Okay? And this guy had a reaction like, you eat pussy. Who cares?
So if I understand,
If
I understand clearly, you're saying, oh, well, wait until he replies and he does it. He made false assumption about my wife and dragged a whole person that has nothing to do romantically with me and dragged that person on a 5-hour live.
Preach, your wife is a fat ass. I'm going to say that one more time. Preach, your wife is a fat ass.
Except the girl he's talking about isn't actually Preach's wife.
And now you're mad because we exposed some shit that he said?
That is true.
But you cannot see what the fuck he did? But you're like, yeah, he did whatever he did, whatever. You go over that. When the person went on the web and slander a person that had nothing to do with anything.
Hey, listen.
How does that work in your mind? How are you calling yourself rational? And that is the situation, and you're like, nah.
And you're defending it.
How, bro?
Fresh. My man's 28 going on 80, and I don't want that to be the case, and that's why today's sponsor.
I don't really save 30.
Have a fucking clean nose before you do that. Because I know damn well you took money. I know damn well why. Like, there's no earthly reason for you to actually just out of the blue do a hit piece on Don.
So once again, he's making the false allegation. I know you took money. And effectively, that's a pretty strong accusation. He's attacking the integrity right? He's saying you guys have no integrity. You're just basically you're just doing anything and everything for money. That's a really strong accusation. That's not a light accusation, right? And he has zero proof because it obviously never fucking happened. Again, he did the same thing with me. He does that constantly. Whenever anyone criticizes him or his friends, it's always because Anthony Johnson paid them. It's the cringiest thing. He's like made Anthony Johnson to be this like crazy boogeyman in his mind who's like controls everyone, stuff like that. Think about how dumb that is. Abba and Preach are way more popular than fucking Anthony Johnson. Not to shit on Anthony Johnson, he's doing his thing. He's got a successful convention, but he's not even close to the level of Abba and Preach. Like, why the fuck would they go? Why would the fuck would they listen to someone who has less clout than them? Like, Abba and Preach are clearly multimillionaires. They have a shitload of fucking money. They have a channel. They get 500,000 views on every video. They do a video a day. Just with YouTube ads alone, they're making fucking insane amounts of money. Why would they need to take like $500 from Anthony Johnson and criticize someone? It's the dumbest shit ever.
Donovan Sharp. There's no reason. And not even you can't even explain that away. Well, we wanted to get clicks. No, you didn't. We know you're full of shit.
You idiot.
I thought something way better was going to come out.
Oh, I got nothing else. You idiot.
Hey, listen, he said you had no reason, nigga. This man did a whole live stream where he was calling his supposed wife a whole bunch of different names. And then not only that, he was talking about the wrong person, one of our.
You see how like Rollo's logic breaks down, right? You have no reason except there's a massive fucking reason.
Friends. And so he was bringing her to the public eye and basically doxed her for everyone else to see for no reason. Okay. How are you going to call yourself the rational male and give this fucking schizo level defense of your good friend?
I'll easily defend Donovan. How can a man be a crook when his work actually saves lives more than what his haters ever have to say? You know what?
Tell these bitches to go to hell.
Yeah, and Abba and Preach are the just.
All right, this is like the cringiest argument ever. I'm saving lives. You can't criticize me because I'm saving lives. Rollo has used this argument. Okay. Everyone who does what we do, who has a following, is technically saving lives. There's been multiple people who have emailed me, DM'd me, messaged me, and say, hey, man, I was like borderline suicidal. And then, I got a girlfriend thanks to your advice. I'm so much happier now. Thank you so much, right? I'm never going to fucking talk about that unless it's directly brought up because it's super cringe. You'd be like, oh, you can't criticize me because I helped someone. So fucking what? Everyone in this community is helping people, right? I would also argue that people like Donovan and Rollo are in some ways hurting people, right? But if you're giving people this kind of advice, you are helping them. That's cool. But why the fuck would you use that as a defense? Because it applies to every single person who does what we do. It applies to every single person who gives life advice, who has influence, which at the end of the day is what me, Rollo, Donovan, and all these guys do. It's the cringiest fucking defense ever.
Just to tell to go to hell because they are shills. Openly, blatantly, obviously. They got shit all over their face, shills of Anthony Johnson. Because all that stuff has been out for ages, guys.
So we have another, he's repeating that same accusation over again. So this wasn't a one-time thing. He just said it. Maybe he misspoke. He's going about this allegation over and over and over again. I mean, I don't see how this is significantly better than women who do false rape accusations. I mean, honestly, you're attacking the integrity and character of man. I guess with a false rape accusation, there's criminal charges. So yeah, I guess that is worse. But I don't think it's too far away from that. Like, you're making false allegations about another man, which are very serious in nature because that is basically, their integrity. That is their career. That is their livelihood, right? So if their whole audience thinks that they're shills, they have no integrity, that's going to be the end of their career and the end of their livelihood. It's a very strong accusation. You can't. It's not an accusation you can just, just throw around just like plainly.
You're not revealing anything new, and you look like idiots for doing it. In fact, you look worse than idiots. You look like shills. You look like you're doing fast money. You don't even know who he is. You probably have no earthly. You know who I am. You know who he is. You know who anybody in the sphere is whatsoever. But you're happy to take that fucking money and run with it. It's a paid. It's product placement. It's like you're getting that email in your emails. Hey, we really love your channel. We'd love for you to promote our new game, Warriors of Chaos, for 1,700.
Rollo is like he's attacking someone taking money, even though they didn't take it. At the same time, he's bitching. So he's like acting like he's like above money, but then he's also bitching that fucking Value Tainment didn't want to fucking fly him out like a 12-year-old chick or like an 18-year-old chick.
$1 for a 30-second spot. That's you. And except that's your whole fucking show. Oh, let's see. Was it Excel Plus VPN? $1,700 for a 30-second plug. That's fucking you. That's you. And in this case, it just happened to be, oh, hey, can you do about a 20-minute hit piece on Don and Sharp? I'll give you $1,200. Are you guys that hard up for money? Because I'll give you $1,200 to go and do it. I'll give you $1,300 to go do a hit piece on fucking Anthony Johnson. You probably take the money too.
I'm not gonna lie, yo. Anybody want to pay me $20,000 to do a hit piece on this dude? I'll do 3 of them. Y'all give me $20,000, I'll do 3. I'll do whatever. Hey, listen, apparently I'm paid about 4, so I might as well make some money. So if y'all got 20 G's, I already don't like this dude, so I'll take 20 G's to do it. Hey, listen, you know what? We're gonna do a fundraiser at the bottom. Actually, I'm gonna do a GoFundMe. Yo, fuck it. We're gonna do a GoFundMe. If we raise 20 G's, I'm gonna do a hit piece on this guy.
$1,200 to go and do it. I'll give you $1,300 to go do a hit piece on fucking Anthony Johnson. You probably take the money too.
Certainly, you gotta pay us way more than that. Listen, we not one of them fools. You gotta pay a lot. You think product placement is $1,300 on our channel, bro? You gotta up them numbers. Your little broke ass beanie. Come on, bro. We better than you niggas. I'm sorry. That's what I always want to do that one time. We better than you niggas. We got more money than you. I'm sorry.
I like broke ass beanie.
Listen, I just can't get. I can't take a man in his 50s wearing a beanie. It's like seeing a woman in her 60s wearing baby fat. It's like your whore days are over.
No, but broke ass beanie.
Sorry, the baby fat and the whore thing is that's always.
Yeah. But broke ass beanie.
Hey, listen.
That's a fire name.
Hey,
broke ass beanie.
Hey,
Hobo and Screech never learned their lesson. No, they don't. Like a bad fucking case of genital warts. Keep coming back.
I thought oddly.
Look how triggered and butthurt he is. Just look at the way he talks. He's so triggered. He's so butthurt. We should change his name from the rational male to the emotional male.
Like you're experiencing that right now.
Yeah. What's wrong, bro?
Like a bad case of herpes on your anus. Oh, okay. I think you know what? I'm gonna give a shout out to a lot of the folks in the Red Pill community because they're not having it. They say, "Nah, that dude's a fraud." And Rollo, you look stupid for. You know what? Let me give a shout out to the Red Pill. I never do this, but the fan base is not nearly as manipulated and easily like maybe ill-informed as people make them out to be. You know, they coming from. They're like, yo, listen, listen. People are like, oh, I just realized the Red Pill's a giant joke. Even this guy, okay, yeah, people are noticing it.
But I don't. You know what? To be fair, I don't think it's the entire Red Pill. It's just that the goofballs are really goofballs.
I agree. I do like some of the.
I don't think it's the whole Red Pill community that's like that. And I think that most guys in the Red Pill community, you're able to have a sit down with them. You're able to have a sit down with them, and they're not as delusional as that. Mm-hmm. They're not as goofy and not as extreme. And even them, they're like, that's not what it is.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna be ready to. You know what? I'm gonna take back a couple of things I said about the Red Pill. I'm not ready to put all of them in the same category. It's just that the goofballs are loud as fuck. Because
there's a lot of them too.
They're compensating for a lot of things.
But I will say, a lot of them do work with the goofballs and the frauds.
Yeah.
And they know that they're knowing frauds.
Yeah.
So that's a little sus. But anyways, low at everyone calling Rollo and emotional like it's an own. When can men be passionate and express our anger? Oh.
Because he's saying that he's passionate. He's not.
He's not being emotional. He's being passionate. Oh my God. The amount of coke that you have to write something this fucking loserish. Men can be passionate. That doesn't mean it's a bad thing. Okay. So when women express any kind of volatility, all of a sudden they're hysterical, they're emotional. When men do it, they're being passionate.
Big Jack in the building.
That's a good point.
Come on, guys. Need you to be a little bit honest with yourselves. Call a spade a spade. I think that pretty much covers it. I think this dude's a
yeah. So, wait, let me just finish this.
Goofball, and it's just fascinating watching dudes call themselves rational males and all this other stuff, giving the most nonsensical arguments.
I mean, this video is a fucking home run, man. I mean, they covered everything. Look, I'm a little biased because I like Abba and Preach. I don't know them personally at all, but I like their channel. You know, I think they have good content. I think they carry themselves with integrity. I think, unlike Rollo, they actually have like values, integrity. They think independently. So I respect these guys. I like them. I don't know them personally. But just looking at the topic at hand, just to quickly recap, Donovan attacks Preach's wife, except for the fact that it's not even Preach's wife. So he attacks a random woman that Preach is friends with. What's his name? Abba and Preach respond to that, pointing out the stupidity in that. And then Rollo attacks Abba and Preach first, saying that these guys are, blah, blah, blah. These guys are full of shit. He goes after them. Then Abba and Preach responds and pointing like, hey, you're an idiot. You're making a false allegation. We weren't paid by anybody. We just disagree with your friend Donovan did. That's the chain of events here. I mean, I don't know how you can make an argument that this is like in any way a good look for Rollo. So that's the first mistake he's made. But now we're going to get into the value team and stuff because I think that's going to be an even bigger mistake on his part. So Rollo burned a massive, massive fucking bridge with value team over something incredibly petty. We're going to get into that. Let me quickly do a little Q&A. Abba is pretty good at picking arguments, most of the time, like false accusation, bias, emotionality. Yeah, I agree. I think Abba's pretty good at his job. He's a funny dude. He's good at doing his shit. All right, let's just get to let's move on to the next video. So this is the value team and stuff. And make sure you guys stay for the open panel. Okay. So this is Rollo. And Rollo is honestly, he calls himself the rational male, but he's like fucking burning bridges and like picking fights with like every content creator, which is pretty funny. But this is going to be really cringe. So this is his attack on valuetainment.
You already know that I've been.
So let me actually give the quick context here. So this started when Valuetainment had John Anthony on, and Rollo was super chatting some stuff. And look, no one wanted that super chat to be read more than me. I can never, they decided not to read those super chats, right? It was the producer who decided that because, they felt like it would be offensive to John Anthony. Again, I wish they read those super chats, but I could never imagine getting butthurt and pissed at them. They run the show the way they run the show. They're clearly very successful at it. They're their own platform. You can run your channel the way you want to, and they will run their channel the way you want to. Like, you don't have a right to tell them how to run their channel. Dude, it's fucking $40 that you super chat. Who gives a fuck? It's not a big deal.
I'm Pat Stroh, okay? I've already worked with Adam Sosnick and Valuetainment for a very long time. I am no longer considering Valuetainment as sort of a friendly place to go right now, especially not after they've had the fat kid from Brazil on that show. They've had.
Okay, let's pause there for a second. You guys all know that I don't like John Anthony. There's a million things you can criticize him for, but fat kid, really? Like, dude, this guy's like fucking retarded. Like, John Anthony's clearly not fat. Like, the dude is in pretty good shape. He's in better shape than you, my man. Like, this is just the dumbest thing to criticize someone for. So you guys are seeing a pattern where Rollo is just constantly wrong about everything, right? Like, fat kid. Like, look at a photo of him. He's not fucking fat, you idiot. Like, dude, so cringe. Like, he just literally like talks out of his ass.
Alex from Playing with Fire, who are just basically illegitimate as far as I'm concerned. When you're propping up a guy like John Anthony Lifestyle on your show, a guy who is directly responsible for bringing Justin Waller, your boy, your one of your good friends, Adam, your boy, Justin Waller's mom, on to exploit her for content, to do an attack piece on Justin Waller, that's when I got to call your integrity into question, Adam.
Rollo, my man, you work with Fresh and Fit, Donovan Sharp, Mind Live Dating. You're gonna go after other content creators for their integrity because of who they work with. You work with some of the biggest fucking frauds and LARPers in this community. Like, and then you're gonna go after him. Like, you're the last person that should be talking, Rollo, after the people that you collaborated with. Like, are you kidding me, my man? And
if nothing else, I have to call into question your ignorance in all of this. So when I see the show and everybody's talking about, oh, you're going to get your blade and paid and do it, you're well, great, have your call lines and everything else. But when people tweet in, and I talked about this last week, I figured I would reheat it a little bit because there's been more developments in this. But when you're on there and you're promoting your brand, Valuetainment overall, and the content creators for Valuetainment overall, and you're creating this mission statement of, well, we want to have, open, honest debate, and we want to have free speech and yada, yada, but yet you're willing to use the same tactics that the woke, progressivist, leftist, cancel culture that you claim to hate so much. When you use their tactics, I can only call a fraud out when I see a fraud. And to me, that's fraud. So when you are not reading the super chats, in fact, openly saying,
congratulations, Rollo, on burning the best bridge that you had. Good job, buddy.
And I've got an earlier one saying that they would not read those super chats because they were inflammatory, blah, blah, blah. They were not inflammatory, Adam.
They were definitely, okay, again, no one wishes those super chats were read more than me, but they were very inflammatory, okay? It was, I don't know how much I can say because of the legal case we have, but let's just put it this way. They were extremely inflammatory. I totally understand why they decided not to read them. Again, I wish they did, right? I had a few of my friends super chats and stuff too, right? I wish they did, but I totally understand why they wouldn't want to read that super chat. They have a different show. They try to keep things more professional, respectable. Totally get it, right? Such a weird thing to attack someone for.
They were true. The dude has done nothing. John Anthony Lifestyle has done nothing but promote attack videos on myself, Myron, Fresh, Jason, got his mom involved, dox my family, dox my mother-in-law, dox my wife, dox my daughter's low.
Okay, I want to quickly ask about this. So he keeps making a claim that John Anthony doxed him. I've never heard of that. It could be true. Maybe it's not true. Can someone in the chat fact check me on that? Did that actually happen? Meaning, like, I don't care if Rollo says it happened. Like, was there actually a video by John Anthony where he doxed anyone in Rollo's family? Because I've never heard about that. Me and him used to be close, so I'm familiar with a lot of his older content. So it's a surprise to me, unless it happened very recently. But maybe someone in the chat can fact check me on that. But yeah, again, I don't ever recall seeing that happen. But again, I don't know. I haven't seen every single one of his videos, so I can't be sure.
Location in Las Vegas, which is why I had to go and put up a blink system, a webcam system for security, because there were guys wandering around calling her name right after that shit. And by the way,
and look, by the way, if that did happen, that is morally repugnant. I am in no way okay or cool with that ethically. I think that's super messed up. I'm just not sure if it actually did happen. But if it did happen, that's obviously morally repugnant.
Showing pictures of my daughter when she's graduating from high school. That is true. And I've tried my damnedest to get that pulled off of YouTube. I make no qualms about that. I would have that canceled. I would have him canceled in a second for pulling that shit. To have him on that show, they've had Alex canceled in a second for pulling that shit. To have him on there saying, oh yeah, I've made a few crass videos. Fuck you and fuck you, Adam, for pulling that shit. Sorry, not sorry. You should have known better.
So it's so funny watching Rollo just fucking destroy his career. So if Rollo is such a fraud, I see I've watched following where people want to follow and watch a fraud, say with Fresh and Fit. My man, is that a serious question? I mean, look at fucking Dr. Phil and Oprah. They are way more popular than Rollo, yet the advice they give is full of shit. This is called the bandwagon fallacy. You think that just because a lot of people are doing something it means it's correct. I mean, you can make that argument about anything. How many people are walking around wearing masks thinking it's going to save them, right? Clearly, that shit doesn't fucking work. There's so many things that a large majority of people do. Just because a lot of people are doing something or following doesn't make it true. Again, like Oprah and Dr. Phil are way more popular than Rollo. 100 times more popular, 1,000 times more popular. But you wouldn't say that the advice they give is good, right? So, yeah, same logic applies here. But yeah, if anyone can fact check me on the John Anthony thing, I'd be interested. I'd be curious about that. Again, I never heard about that, but you know, I don't really know too much about that. Why are you jealous of Fresh and Fit? They aren't frauds. Give an example. Okay. I'm not jealous of Fresh and Fit. I can easily replicate what they do. I can invite a bunch of trashy Miami girls over and then find a reason to kick them out and get a whole bunch of views. Okay. It's not that hard to replicate that format. It's not particularly challenging format. I could easily do that. I just choose not to. Why are they frauds? I mean, I have whole videos on that. I have multiple videos. Type in Fresh and Fit PWF and you can see countless videos on that. I want to keep it on topic and talk about Rollo, but if you want to come on my channel later, we can have a discussion about it. But yeah, all you have to do is type in PWF Fresh and Fit. So convenient that Rollo's no longer to be cool without team platform that would hold the baby. Yeah, I know. It's a fucking bummer. But hey, I'm open to any neutral platform. Any neutral platform. So basically, I ask most people in the world are fucking retards. Yes, most people are in some ways retarded. They do silly things. Look at how many people when the pandemic happened were walking around with like fucking 5 masks on their face. Okay, there's a lot of people do really dumb things. So yeah. Pearly things replicated with ease. Yeah, I could replicate it. I just choose not to. I don't want to do that kind of content. Like again, I know it would get me views. I know it would get, I know it would be really popular. But there's certain things that I know will get me views that I choose not to do. There's a lot of other things I could do. I could stage a fight with Natty. We do a video where we pretend like we fake a fight. We start an argument. That would get a lot of views. There's a bunch of things I could do that other channels do that would get views. I just choose not to do them. I don't want to. I don't want to do content that's not in line with my values. Okay, let me give you one example. So constantly Fresh and Fit rails against getting girls OnlyFans, paying girls money for their pornos. He says that makes you a simp. You should never do that. Yet at some point, they had their own version of OnlyFans on Patreon, which was basically videos with girls who are naked. So it was just like, it wasn't a full-on porno, but it was like a softcore porno. So they were saying, hey, don't pay women money for their OnlyFans. Pay us money for our version of OnlyFans. So that's one example. Okay. Let's keep going. So let's get now into Valuetainment's response. Dude, I could go about Fresh and Fit for days, but I mean, I feel like I've covered this very extensively. So I'm kind of done covering Fresh and Fit unless something really interesting happens, because it's just something I've covered like a whole bunch of times. It's not necessary for me to keep repeating myself.
I want to basically take a second to address some drama that we've had here indirectly.
Yes.
It was actually a drama that I wasn't fully even aware of.
Just to quickly clarify my relationship with Valuetainment, I've been on their podcast twice. I've texted Adam a little bit back and forth. We're not close friends, but he's a good guy. I have literally absolutely nothing bad to say about him. He's always been very courteous and professional, very responsive. From everything I've seen, which is not that much, because again, I don't know him that well, he's a stand-up guy. I have like absolutely not one bad thing I can say about the dude, aside from the fact that he didn't fly me out.
Yeah.
And I kind of got brought into it. People are like, hey, are you going to respond to what's happening? I'm like, what's happening? Well, you didn't do this. Nat didn't read super chats. I'm like, I wasn't even aware. So, of course, if you watch Sozcast, you know that we're referring to our old friend, Rollo Tomassi. Now, Rollo is someone that I've done a ton of content with and actually genuinely respect. I don't have hate towards Rollo. I don't have drama towards Rollo. If anything, Rollo likes to create drama, is what I've realized. Okay. And if
True, he does.
there's anything that I'm not trying to be a part of, it's red pill drama. So this is something that wasn't really even going to address. But when I see Rollo doing episodes or segments, not only talking shit about me, talking shit about PBD, but more importantly, the Valuetainment brand, I'm not going to play for that. So let me just address what happened.
So when he says PBD, he means Patrick Bet-David. He's the CEO of Valuetainment. I've never met him. I've never talked to him. I have major philosophical disagreements with some of his political views and some of his social views, but from everything I've seen, he seems like a good guy too. Again, but I don't know him nearly as well as I know Adam.
Or at least what I think perceived as happening.
Yeah.
And then we can do that. So we had a guy on a couple weeks ago, this guy, John Anthony. He came on. He's claimed to slept with 1,500 people. This is someone that was booked months in advance.
Yes.
We have an entire booking strategy out here. It's not like I'm looking to.
That is true. They book everything months in advance. My podcast was booked like 6 weeks in advance. That is very true. They do that. I can vouch for that personally.
Curate people that are coming to bring drama. This is someone that was booked well in advance. And, you know, I don't ask anyone's permission. Can I bring this person on? Should I bring this person on? If anything, I'm here to have completely different voices, completely different opinions, so you can formulate who you agree with and who you disagree with. All good. I've hosted debates with our friend Rollo versus other people. All good. Let you decide who the winner is. Again, I respect what Rollo's doing.
I can also say that Adam has been trying to make the debate between me and Rollo happen for the last several months. He has made an effort. He's texted him or reached out to him. You know what Adam told me? Rollo never responds. He completely just drops off whenever I am brought up. So Adam has gone out of his way to set up that debate. Now, of course, obviously there's a business interest for them because that would get a lot of views, but Adam has been very helpful in trying to make that happen. Again, the reason it hasn't happened yet on Valuetainment before Rollo had his fallout with Valuetainment is because of Rollo, because he ignores Adam whenever he texts him about debating me, right? So clearly the guy, at least for a while, had zero interest in actually doing a debate.
But here's the problem I have. So Rollo, I guess, has a problem with this guy, John Anthony. When I tell you I had no clue that they had drama, I had no idea. Now, is it on me to do my research? Yeah, it's on me to do research on the subject that I'm interviewing. But I don't know every single thing that happened, especially, wait for it, something that happened years ago or 10 years.
That is true. I mean, they do a new interview every day. They have constant people on. How the fuck is he supposed? He's not even in the manosphere. He's in a different community. How the fuck is he supposed to keep track of every drama that's happened in the community, right? Like, how the fuck would he know? Also, it's his platform. It's their platform. They can have on whoever the fuck they want. Again, I don't like John Anthony. You guys know the reasons why. You know that we've had massive issues. In fact, no one has had more beef and drama with John Anthony than me. I would never in a million years imagine texting Adam or making a video about Adam, calling him out because he had someone that I don't like. That's his choice. It's his platform. It's his prerogative. Like, to me, this blows my mind that this is even an issue.
Years ago. That's not my job. I'm not an investigative reporter. I host a show. So whatever happened with Rollo and this guy, John, it is what it is. It has nothing to do with me. Now, what does have to do with me is when you start making comments in the chat and you chose not to read them. Okay. Well, you didn't clear it with me. I wasn't like, no, don't read his chats. I think Rollo contributed what, like,
I think it was like $60.
$60.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not gonna ruin a show or you're not gonna ruin a show or have someone be completely uncomfortable for $60, for $600. Okay. You chose to refrain from reading it for whatever the reason was. Okay. I mean, it's just something.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, I feel like when we have a panel on, it's supposed to, we want it to be a place where people can come and feel comfortable and express their point of view. And whatever drama you have with whoever we have on, that's between you and that person. And I hold value in having a platform. Like, we've had so many people come on and say, thank you for making me feel comfortable where I can speak my truth. And I hold that to such a high standard. And, you know, you paid for the super chats. The chat can see your super chat, you know, for me to sit here and read whatever your issue is with him, and then I'm reading it very confused on like what's going on. That's whatever issue you have with that gentleman. And if you want to address that on your channel and, you know, share that story, you're more than welcome to do so. That's the beautiful thing about freedom of speech. But, you know, we have this platform where we want to allow people with different opinions, people who are canceled, people who don't have a voice to have a voice. Like, look at Tate. Tate has been canceled.
I will agree with Valuetainment on this. The comments, I saw some of the super chats. They were definitely very inflammatory. Again, do I think they should have been read? Yes. But also, I recognize it's their platform. They can read whatever super chat or whatever super chat they don't want to. That's completely their prerogative. There's absolutely nothing wrong with a content creator running his platform the way he wants to run it.
Shot down and all this stuff and whatever his stuff is in the closet, and okay, he hasn't done the same thing that maybe this guy has done, whatever it is. At the end of the day, it's having the ability to have a platform where people can come and speak their truth. And hey, if you want to come on and you want to do a debate and you want to have a conversation, we love that. We want to have that. But for us to come and for me to read chats where I'm reading it about someone's past and whatever beef you have with them, like, I'm not here to relieve your beef. That's for you to do, So, and here as a brand, we don't come in, okay, let's bring these people on so that we can get, people mad. And like I had no idea about the drama until I started reading the chats. And you could probably see in the episode, I'm like, I'm not sure, because it made me uncomfortable. It literally physically made me uncomfortable that I'm reading drama between you and this gentleman. And it's like, as much as we're like, men don't have emotion and men don't have this, it's like, it was the highest level of emotion I've seen like these gentlemen have. And it's like, why do we have to be brought into whatever issue you guys have? Yep. And, we respect you guys, whatever your content is, you guys do your thing. We've done content with you, Rollo. Like, there's no beef between us and you. Like, we literally have no beef with you and your brand and what you do. If anything, we give you props. Even to this day, it's like, we quote something, we're like, shout out to Rollo. Like, there's no beef between us and you. And if you want to.
All right, here's where I have a disagreement with Valuetainment. I think they give him way more credit than he deserves. Way more credit. But hey, that's their prerogative,
to curate the beef and cause something between us and you, like, that's on you, bro. Like, you are more than welcome to do so, but we're not going to sit here and jump on the bandwagon like, oh, forget you, Rollo, like, you suck. Like, that's not what we're here for. No. That's not what we're doing. That's not what we want to represent. And we want to continue to hold that respect of having having guests come on and be able to speak their truth. Yeah. So
well said.
Thanks.
So let me just wrap up with this, because this was something that, again, I wasn't even aware of with the super chats. Nat reads the super chats every single episode. This is not my beef. If anything, I've had a very good, respectful relationship with Rollo.
Yeah.
To this day, I still don't have beef with Rollo.
Right.
He chose to start this. So let me address 3 very specific things, just so we're all clear. Rollo went on there and he was basically saying, fuck Adam, this. Dude, all good. Mm-hmm. If you have a problem with me, you can text me. I've texted Rollo multiple times.
Now, Adam is bringing up a good point. If there's someone you have a relationship with and you guys have an issue, why would you not talk to him directly? Like, that's how I always handle things. If there's a content creator who I'm friends with, there's been a whole bunch of like dramas that I've avoided behind the scenes that you guys know nothing about because I reached out and texted the person. If it's someone you have a relationship with, someone you've been on their podcast, and you have an issue with something they did, why would you not just reach out to them directly and talk about it like a man? Why would you go on a live stream and go on like a massive fucking monologue tangent, complaining, whining, and bitching about because you didn't like what they did? That is kind of a very feminine, bitchy way of handling things. The way I think a real man handles stuff is if it's someone you try talking to them directly first. Now, look, if you try talking to them and then they're not being responsive, then yeah, you're within your rights to do a live stream. But why wouldn't you not want to just try to talk to someone first if it's someone that you're friendly with?
Hey, man, we good? Hey, man, what's the problem? Hey, I hear you're talking shit. Can we talk? No response. You chose to air out your drama on super chats and on YouTube. In my opinion, just text me, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not here to disrespect you. I've made my money. I built my brand on building relationships. Okay. I've made a ton of money in the business world by appreciating and respecting people and wait for it, not burning bridges and ruining relationships. Rewind that. Not burning bridges and ruining relationships. There's no point to it. It's a small community. Whether you're in the YouTube space, the red pill space, financial space, investment space, we all work together.
Right.
Okay. I pride myself in being a unbiased, an arbiter of conversation, not here to pick sides. If you've got beef with this guy, deal with it yourselves. I'm not getting involved in the drama.
Right.
So if you want to come after me, I'm a big boy. I can take it. Text me if you have a problem. Number 2, let me address what you said about our CEO, our founder, our leader, Patrick Bet-David. Okay, this guy has done thousands of interviews. Very rarely do you see people talk shit about Patrick. Mm-hmm. He hands himself with class, respect. He hears conversations. If he's fair, if he disagrees with you, he'll do it respectfully. He's taught me to be nicer and more respectful, even though I am pretty nice and pretty respectful. Mm-hmm. He encourages that. Hey, we have different points.
I can definitely vouch for that. From everything I've seen, Adam has met me. He's met my girlfriend. I've talked to him, interacted with him several times. He's very nice and respectful. I have literally nothing bad to say about this guy in terms of how he carries himself.
Points of views. I don't care if you're a socialist, if you're a communist, if you're this, if you're that. Come on, we're going to treat you with respect. Class act. To involve him in the drama, I believe, is a little below what you should be doing.
Yeah.
But you know what? Pat's a big boy. No sweat off his back. Here's where I find issue with. When you start attacking the Valuetainment brand.
Yeah.
Okay. When you start attacking the brand and basically saying that we're cheapskates, we're not willing to pay for your flight.
Yeah.
You're causing beef over.
And keep in mind, guys, this all started because Valuetainment did not read Rollo's super chat. This is what began this massive cycle of drama. This is what made him burn the bridge with Valuetainment. Burning a bridge with Valuetainment is one of the dumbest things he has ever done, if not the dumbest. Valuetainment is clearly a podcast that's going places, right? They're getting, when I did the live stream with Destiny on there, they had 6,000 or 7,000 live viewers. Like, these guys are fucking know what they're doing. They have a very professional setup. It's like when you go into their studio, it's like literally being on like a fucking TV show or something like that. There's like 20 cameras. It's a very professional studio. They have like a green room and everything like that. These guys know what the fuck they're doing in terms of at least growing the podcast. And clearly they're getting a lot of views. Patrick Bet-David guy, he's been on Joe Rogan. He's had the most popular fucking people in the world on his channel. Like, these are dudes who are going places. Why the fuck would you burn that bridge over a super chat, over a $30 super chat? To me, that seems like the most irrational thing you can do. That's not being a rational male. That's being an extremely, extremely irrational male.
Literally $1,000. To me, that's pretty petty. And again, I can't tell you how many times I've defended Rollo here on this show.
Yes.
Okay. So Rollo, don't act like I'm your enemy or we're your enemy. I'm not sure if we actually offended you because we had this guy on, and for that, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. But again, I don't have to.
I would not even apologize for that. They have nothing to be sorry about. It's their podcast. They can have on whoever the fuck they want. It's as simple as that. I don't know. I mean, I guess Adam was trying to like be nice, but yeah, I would never in a million years apologize for that.
Clear who I have on my show with you. Who I do have respect for is your friend and your business partner, Michael Sartain.
Yep.
Michael Sartain's been on the show. Rollo brought him on the show. I think Michael Sartain is an absolute stud. Total respect for this guy.
Yes, I agree with that.
He's served in the military. He lives in Vegas. He's a ladies' man. He's a gentleman. He helps men improve. I have nothing but good things about Michael Sartain. Michael texted me, "Hey, man, what's going on?" And we had a whole entire conversation. And he's like, "Hey, man, I know it's not, I'm sure you didn't mean to do this. Here's where I'm at. I'm defending my friend Rollo. I don't like this other guy." I said, "Hey, here's my point of view." Total respect conversation took place. Michael Sartain, class act. Again, Rollo, I'm not looking for drama with you. I've texted you multiple times. We can talk. The reason that I'm doing this isn't to defend myself, isn't to defend Patrick Bet-David. It is to specifically protect Valuetainment as a brand. Okay, we've done thousands of interviews. We've had tens of thousands of people come on our channel and our network. We don't engage in petty little drama. And to pinpoint one specific situation with a debate that was scheduled with Jason Whitlock and Roland Martin, and you weren't even involved in this, bro. You don't know the details of what happened behind the scenes, the ins and outs, the flights, the bookings, the emails. You don't know any of this, okay? And to weigh on it and insinuate that we're here to cause drama and be petty is the exact opposite of what we stand for in this brand. You know, so you had high praise for certain people here at Valuetainment. You had a high praise for our friend Jedediah. I believe you called her your sister. Okay, you've known Jedediah 6 months. The only reason you know Jedediah is because of me and because of Pat and because of Valuetainment. We paid for your flights. We paid for your hotels. We paid for your Ubers.
Oh shit! I didn't know that. So they paid for everything still. Damn, like that's so cringe, man. I don't know. Like if I was flying out like somewhere to go on a podcast and they were like, "Yo, man, like we'll pay for you everything," I'd be like, "Dude, don't worry about it. Like I'll pay for myself. I'm a fucking grown ass man. I have my own money." I don't know. It's kind of cringe if you ask me.
We paid for meals. We've dined together. Myself, Patrick, and you. We went out to dinner. We've treated you with nothing.
It just seems like such sugar baby behavior. It's like, oh, you gotta fly me out, and then you gotta put me up in a nice hotel. It's like, dude, you're a fucking grown ass man. Like you have your own money. Fucking use your money. Like, why do you need other men to fucking buy you things? To me, that seems just like a fucking sugar baby type of behavior.
With respect, but to come after us over a couple $100 or $1,000 for a flight, and to basically talk shit about me, PBD, Valuetainment, but say that Jed is your sister, I think is a little beneath you. And I think that your approach is a little beneath you. Because I think, genuinely, Rollo, you are better than this.
Yes,
so I'm not.
Adam, here's where I disagree with you. He's not better than this. He's not. You're trying to reason with an unreasonable person. You're trying to talk rationality with an unrational person, okay? He's not better than this. This is who he is, my man.
Sure if you're looking for clout. I'm not sure if you're looking for views. I'm not sure if this is your way for venting or letting off steam, but I genuinely think that you are better than this. And I would encourage you to pick up your phone, text me, call me, and we can talk like gentlemen. I don't think it's too late to repair a relationship.
Right.
Okay. I'm not looking to burn bridges. Again, for the umpteenth time, I have respect for Rollo. Okay.
Nah, I think it's too late. I think that relationship, that bridge has been 100% burned.
Okay? But what he's doing is disrespectful to us.
Yes.
We have an entire brand here that we built. And to mischaracterize what we do here because of $1,000 flight difference or for one debate that was scheduled that you weren't even a part of
Right.
with PBD on the PBD podcast, I think is a little beneath you. And I think you're better than that. And I think you have someone
He's definitely not better than that.
close to you, Michael Sartain, that can talk sense to you, because I think he's a very reasonable person. Again,
Yes, but the problem is Rollo is not a reasonable man.
and I have a lot of respect for Michael Sartain and for Rollo. But you guys let me know. Am I off base here?
Mhm.
Am I crazy here? I'm not too big to apologize. I've done an apology before.
Yeah.
I'm not perfect. As we say, we don't walk on water over here.
Yeah, I think personally, I don't think Valuetainment has anything to apologize for. It's their channel. They can have on whoever the fuck they want. Simple as that. That's their prerogative whether they want to have John Anthony on or not have him on. It's as simple as that. Alex, do you think Susnik is low IQ or willingly ignorant trying to give Rollo this much credit? He's definitely not low IQ. He's a smart guy. I am extremely confident of that. So I don't think it's anything to do with his IQ. I think it's a lack of information. I just think he doesn't know this much about the manosphere. Rollo was the first person to expose him to the manosphere, right? And there are some things that Rollo says which are right and he makes sense. Like I've said, I agree with Rollo about 60 or 70% of his ideology, right? So there are things that he says which are correct. And I just think it's just a lack of information on Adam's part. He doesn't realize that, one, all the stuff that Rollo says is stuff that's been recycled many times. Two, that he's wrong about some other stuff. So yeah, I just think he's not really familiar with this community. And yeah, I mean, I think it's as simple as that. Portal has a personality. Let's move on to Bea's arguments. Can't believe in first word. Mention this. You also caught up in this drama. Yeah. So here's the thing. I've done that many times. I have whole streams where I've debunked all his arguments. So type in PWF Rollo Tomassi. Again, my disagreements with him haven't changed in the last few months. So I've already done that. I've debunked all his arguments. Right. I want to talk about something new. True. Yeah, I agree with that. Okay, let's see. What do we have that we need to cover after this? Like, talk about his character. I went back and watched your videos on. Dude, no, you don't. Literally, all you do is talk about his character. I went back and watched your videos on him. That's not true. I made multiple videos where I call out his arguments. If you want, Mr. Vastello Jural, you're more than welcome to come on this channel. I will explain to you again the disagreements I have with him. I've outlined that many, many times here. You know what? Let me just show you how you can find them, because maybe there's some kind of misunderstanding that's going on. So let me show you how you can find those videos where I go after his arguments. So we're going to share my screen. We're going to go to YouTube. We're going to type in PWF Rollo Tomassi. Okay. Let's get into the criticism. So here we go. Rollo Tomassi debate plus everything he's wrong about. Here's one. The 9 iron rules of Rollo Tomassi, legit or BS. That's 2. Rollo Tomassi, terrible dating advice and why you shouldn't approach. Number 3. Rollo Tomassi destroyed plus fanboy debate with Kevin Ray Wilder. There's 4. So 4 videos where I go after his arguments. So there's plenty of them, my man. All right, let's see. Alex, what do you think of them having JL on? Yeah, I've already kind of explained that, but it's their prerogative, you know. Like the reality of the matter is John Anthony does have some good dating advice. I've been pretty consistent about that. So I think there's nothing wrong with them having him on. I'll personally never have him on again for obvious reasons. But yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with them having them on. That's their prerogative. They're independent content creators. Alex, your pinned video on the channel, home should be instructional on teaching guys how to use the search bar so they don't ask you how to make video. That is a good point. Okay, let's see what else we have to cover. Playing with fire. I think he gets jealous seeing others get more views than subs in because he live streams for hours. He's been doing it for years now. I agree. Adam handle it well. Doesn't seem like the kind of guy to burn bridges with. Agree as well. Av, curiosity, was the highest highlight of your life so far? One of the best moments from everything you have experienced through all your senses? Nothing to do with this. Probably traveling When I did Birthright in Israel, and I backpacked through Israel for a month. When I went to Fiji, so probably stuff like that. When I was snowboarding and I like did my first 360, probably stuff like that. Alex, what will finally make you drop the roll top? It's pretty overdone, this one. Yeah, I mean, I feel like this was all information I haven't covered yet. It was a recent, kind of recent turn of events. Clearly, you guys like it. There's 330 live viewers right now. If I'm doing a Tinder review video, I'm giving you guys practical advice. There's 100 live viewers, so the chat likes it. I think it's pretty modern. I think it's new stuff that hasn't been covered yet. I think it's interesting. But yeah, it is what it is. If you don't like it, that's fine. Okay. Rollo talks about in his live stream 341. Okay, let's take a look at that. Okay. Let's look that over. So you said 341A. Okay, let's get started.
Book. You've admitted that you haven't even read the entirety of the rules that you seem to.
Okay, wait, let's go back.
Against Pearl. Like I said.
Wait, he's talking about Pearl.
You can in live views of your show. So I would be more impressed. Whether you did or you didn't, I don't give two shits. I'm just saying what I heard. But again, maybe that's hearsay. Again, correlation. It's not causation. I've said that 500,000 times. Again, if you want to talk about that, we can talk about that. But you say, oh, her meteoric rise to internet fame. What, 1 million subs. Over that now, I think. In 7 months, 6 months, 7 months. Hey, awesome. Good for you. You did the white girl version of Fresh and Fit in the UK. Awesome.
But Rollo, you constantly endorse and love Fresh and Fit. So if you're going to endorse Fresh and Fit, why would you not endorse Pearly Things? It makes no sense. You either have to be a fan of both of them. Look, you can endorse Pearly Things and not endorse Fresh and Fit because you think she has more integrity, she's a nicer person, she has more intellectual conversations. That's totally fine, right? Those are valid arguments. But I don't know how you're going to endorse Fresh and Fit and not endorse Pearly Things. She literally does what Fresh and Fit does, but she's just nicer. Like, what the fuck is wrong with that?
And it's very entertaining. That I know you've said. I'm an entertainer. And that's fine. I have more respect for you, Pearl, than I do for a guy like Adam Sosnick, who's trying to present himself as some sort of arbiter of.
My man, Rollo, he's literally fucking blown up your career. He's given you a permanent place on his channel, a channel that gets way more views, has way more clout, and way more money, and way more production than you. You're such an ungrateful fucker. Like, if Adam Sosnick did for me what he did for Rollo, which is basically introduce him to a whole bunch of people in the space, give him a permanent seat at his platform him dozens of times. It seems like the pinnacle of being ungrateful. Hell, I'm grateful for what he's done for me. He's only had me on twice, right? I'm grateful for that too. I would never, some of these people are so fucking ungrateful.
Of free speech and anti-woke / counterculture, then uses the same tactics of woke counterculture or cancel culture. Counterculture. Anyways, again,
even that doesn't make sense. Valuetainment is very vehemently against cancel culture. What tactics? Give specifics, my man. What tactics are they using that are similar to cancel culture? That seems like the biggest stretch ever.
And I got nothing against Pearl. Like I said, if anything, I got more respect for you than a lot of other.
I got nothing against Pearl. Yeah, I call her a grifter.
People do, because at least you admit to being an entertainer. My question is this: is when the manosphere stuff, when the red pill stuff stops playing, will you switch? Will you pivot to a different format? If let's say social issues or the election or politics, if that plays better than the manosphere, will you stick to the same stuff? That's going to be the test. That's when we'll find out if you're an entertainer and you're all about brand, or if you're all about the message. And that's that. All right. Would you like me to?
There we go.
Here you go. Here's your official hate super chat. Well, anyway, super chat. Debate Alex from Playing with Fire already, you delusional dork. Okay, I will. come to Las Vegas, sit across the fucking table from me, and tell me to my face. That's going to be my policy from here on out.
So basically, you have to go to my studio, and we have to do it in my studio. So Rollo has said that this is the most absurd thing ever. Rollo has said, I will not do it on your platform. Okay, fair enough. Let's do it on a neutral platform, right? I am willing to fly out anywhere, as long as it's a neutral platform. There's a platform in Dallas. I think they're called the Purple Pill Podcast. They said they want to try to make this debate happen. I don't know them at all. Cool with it. Any platform, any neutral platform, I'm okay with. I'm not going to do it on your fucking platform, my man. That is the pinnacle of fairness because you wouldn't be willing to do it on my platform. So here's my offer for Rollo. The easiest way to do would be to do a dual live stream. This way, no one has an advantage. And I'm totally okay with letting Michael Sartain moderate, even though he's your business partner. I'm willing to make that concession. If you insist on doing it in person, I'm okay with that too. It has to be a neutral platform. We can go to Dallas. We can go to LA. We can go to Florida. We can go anywhere you want, anywhere in the United States. I'll even fucking travel international for you potentially. But it's not going to be on your fucking platform. That's so unfair. You can cut my mic at any time. You can pull all kinds of shit. I don't trust you at all. I think you're a massive scumbag. So neutral platform. This is like kind of like accepting the debate, but knowing that's not going to happen. Like who the fuck is actually going to accept that? You've said multiple times that you won't do it on my platform and it has to be neutral platform. Let's do that. Let's do a neutral platform.
Destiny, Alex, well, hopefully Pearl. I hate to throw Pearl in there because it's not. It's kind of.
I think the reason he wants to do it on his platform is because he knows that if he's losing a debate, he can pull some shit. He has full power if I'm in his house, right? So yeah, like I think that's like I don't know. I'm speculating right now. Maybe he's just lazy. Maybe he just hates travel. It could be any one of those things. But I'm speculating it's because that gives him massive out. Because one, he knows that no one's going to accept that, and two, even if I do accept that and I come there, he has all the power and I have no power.
I mean, beef with Pearl. But if you want to come and talk to me and you have a problem with me, come to Las Vegas. I'll book the time at Sticky Paws. I'll make it worth your while. You come to my show and we'll have it out.
There we go. You heard it. My show.
Adam Sosnick, same invite goes to you. Come to Vegas, sit across the table from me at Sticky Paws and tell me where I'm wrong. Because I'll be happy to tell you how you're wrong.
Let's do it. Neutral platform, my man.
I'll be happy to tell you that face to face. So if you want to debate, don't say, hey, come on.
It's so funny how Rollo thinks he's like a tough guy. Like, dude, you think I'm going to be scared to tell you why you're wrong to your face? Dude, you're like 130 pounds. Like, what the fuck? No one's scared of you, my man.
On my podcast, come on my StreamYard panel show. Come and do my YouTube blood sport.
No, I said let's do a neutral platform.
No, you're not doing that. You're coming here. And I'll host you. Like I said, I'll pay for the time. I'll pay for Travis, my producer.
Well, you see, I'm a man, so I don't need other dudes to fly me out. I will happily fly myself out anywhere.
Yeah, I'll put the money down to do it. All you got to do is fly your happy ass out here and for a weekend, right? It's Vegas, man. Everybody wants to go to Vegas. Come out, sit across the table from me. I'll have Mike there probably. He'll moderate for us. So there's not all this crosstalk. You have a certain amount of time to make your point. I have a certain time to make my points. None of this back and forth. I will tell you why especially Alex, I'll tell you why everything that you have a beef with me about is all straw manning. It's all, I heard this. You red pill guys say this. You admit it.
No, dude, I'm literally going off exact things that come out of your mouth. I quoted you multiple times.
That you haven't read the book. You've admitted that you haven't even read the entirety of the rules that you seem to have.
Okay, I have read the entirety of the rules. I haven't not read your stupid fucking book. I have better things to do with my life than sit down and spend hours reading your shitty ass fucking book. Hey, listen, I'm kind of being hyperbolic right now. Maybe the book is good. A lot of people seem to like it, so be it. I've watched very, very detailed summaries of the book, multiple summaries of the book. I've read articles that Rollo has written. I watched his like fucking long ass live streams. I know his arguments pretty well. I've debated people who've read his book. I know his arguments, but I'm not going to spend like fucking hours of my day reading his book. Now, look, if he accepts the debate on a neutral platform, maybe I will fucking sacrifice a few brain cells and like actually read his book, do an audio book version or something like that. But why the fuck am I going to spend my time reading your book? I think you suck, man.
Problem with. But if you want to come on the show, and you want to tell me that again, on Access Vegas, or you want to come down to Vegas, whatever, I'll be happy to school you. I'll be happy to tell you why you're wrong. I'll be happy to tell you why you're straw manning and have been so for a while. I'll also happen to tell you, like, the reason why you're doing what you're doing is because you have you did. I don't know if you do now, but you had a connection with Anthony Johnson again.
Here we go with the conspiracy theory again. The reason I'm calling Rollo out is because Anthony Johnson is secretly manipulating me behind the scenes.
Same thing with John Anthony lifestyle. So you want to come to Vegas? Bring it to Vegas. Destiny, what's funny is I think I probably would agree with a few things on Destiny. I think the problem I have with Destiny is, again, it's this straw manning. It's like, those red pill guys say this. It's like this blanket term for guys. It's like, where? Who? Name names. Who's saying that? Tell me who you're talking about. I'm going to name names. I'm done with this shit. I'm not going to be, well, there's some people say, and the man is that. No, that's not coming out of my mouth. You will hear me give you a name. So there you go.
Okay, I think we covered all of it. Is there any more that he said about me that I can cover? Yeah. So if there's anything more that he said about me, Alex, so that's a valid point. You've to read his book if you want to debate him on his book. Yeah, again, I've read very detailed summaries, but if he accepts the debate, I will commit to reading his book. I know he's not going to do it. I know he's not going to actually agree to a neutral platform because he's been doing this for years. But if he actually agrees, yeah, I'll spend some time. I'll dedicate some time out of my day, fucking read everything that he's done. Yo, he offered you a fair shake with Mike as a moderator. He's telling me to come to his studio. The studio that he owns, where he has all the power. How's that a fair shake? A fair shake is a neutral platform. Any neutral platform I'm okay with. Valuetainment, that place in Dallas, any platform. There's plenty of platforms that would be willing to host this. It's just I'm not going to do it in your platform. I'm not going to do it in your house. Alex, you don't understand the material. How's it shitty if you haven't read it? Yeah, I was being hyperbolic when I said his book is shitty. I'm not triggered at all, my man. Like, I don't really give a shit. I understand his material pretty fucking well. I've done very detailed videos outlining all the problems with his ideologies. Again, just because I haven't read his book doesn't mean I haven't done a lot of research on Rollo. And I typically quote him directly. I'm not like saying those red pill guys. I don't know. I feel like that's a straw man. I'm quoting the words that come out of his mouth directly and responding to why they're wrong. By the way, if there's any like Rollo fanboys here that want to come on and debate me, we can totally do it. Okay, let's see. Alex is backing down. Dude, how am I backing down? I'm saying I will travel to any neutral platform. I will do anything besides going to his studio. How is it fair? He's not going to come to my studio. Okay, how about this? I will agree to this. I will come to his studio if he comes to my studio. We'll do 2 debates. He has to. I'll go to his studio. He goes to my studio. We'll do a trade, right? I'm okay with that. But that's the pinnacle of unfairness is me doing it in his studio. Like, why can't we just do a neutral platform? Okay, 459, Alex. All right, let's take a look. Wait, I think the timestamp is wrong. Can you give me the timestamp when I'm starting the other way? Because this is what it looks like on my end. Let me show you. So 459 is like the beginning for me, and then it just gets like lower and lower. So you have to reverse the timestamp. So where am I going in relation to this?
Or the young lady that
here he's going about. All right, let me know. Play. And else that's your start shit. All right, we're gonna go post. Okay, you're the one who wants the debate. You're the one who wants to debate. I do. I just want to do it on a neutral platform. Because it's not just Mike's studio, it's Rollo's studio. They're business partners. They host the studio together. That's the issue. If it was just Mike's studio, that would be different. But it's not. They're business partners. He owns the studio too. He does their podcast there constantly. Click at the top and it will reverse. I mean, I feel like my offer is very reasonable. We do a neutral platform, or we co-stream it with Michael Sartain moderating. But any neutral platform, I'm okay with. Anyone, just name it. I don't even care if you're like friendly with them. That's fine. It wouldn't be so much that he would cut my mic, and like that would be obvious. It'd be more of like I would get like unfair talking time, meaning like I would start responding and I would get cut off, and then they would just fucking play that shit and be like, "Oh, yeah, you can't talk about this, you can't bring that up." Yeah, that's just not fair. You definitely will debate. Rollo fanboys. Timestamp is normal now. Just refreshing 4:59:0. Okay, let me try. I mean, again, you got to keep in mind, Michael Sartain and Rollo are business partners. I generally trust Michael Sartain. I don't know him well. The person I don't really trust is Rollo, right? Like, it's his studio, right? There might be other people there. There might be behind the scenes people. I don't fucking know. I think that a neutral platform is more than a fair offer. I'm saying I will agree to any neutral platform or co-streaming it. I'm just not going to go in your studio. Just the same way you won't go to my studio. Do you want to do a trade? I'll go to your studio and you go to my studio. I'm okay with that. But it has to be fair. Okay, let's go back to 4:59. Apparently there's more for me to respond to. Okay, let's see.
Releasing a hardback version of The Rational Male. It will be re-edited, not for content. Is my good friend Giovanni Sanders. Giovanni is the musical Giovanni Sanders is a musical genius. He's a musical genius, I tell you. He is the guy who sings and plays guitar and plays bass and plays drums, and he's a multi-talent and does all of his recording and does, well, I guess you don't do the production side. Well, almost everything. Sound engineer. He's very good at what he does. And he is responsible for the Access Vegas theme song, which is The Best Side of My Life, which I usually use as the outro for this show, which I'm going to do right now. However, we're also working on some other things. I think I have inspired him to finish up a...
Wait, when does Rollo mention me at 4:59? Can someone give me the exact timestamp? Where's the 4:59? Is it 4:59 timestamp? Okay, dude. Well, see you later, man. Sorry. What's the timestamp for when he goes on a tangent about me? Let me go to 4:59 again and go a little bit back.
It's a really good time. I look forward to doing that every month, by the way. So that's on my Patreon. Patreon information is also in the description down below. The Rational Male, the anniversary, 10-year anniversary edition is also in the works. I'm going to be releasing a hardback version of The Rational Male. It will be re-edited, not for content, but for syntax and grammatical errors, and the type size will be a much bigger on this one. But it's going to be the hardback edition, and it's going to be the 10th anniversary for 2023. So that is in the works as well. Yes, there are the language translation for Spanish is also in the works as on top of everything else. So things are coming along nicely. Over 1,300 engaged live viewers for 4 hours at only 200,000 subs. Count, riddle me that, Batman. Yes. Remember, subs are a vanity metric. Holding live viewers' attention for almost 5.
That is miraculous that there's 1,300 people that will fucking watch this for 5 hours. The most boring person ever.
5 hours? That's gold, my friends. That is good. There's gold in that audience retention. So there we have that. Now, the last thing that I'm going to tell you about is my good friend, Giovanni Sanders.
Okay. Yeah, I don't see him talking about me. So can someone give me a timestamp on where exactly he goes on tangent about me? Yeah, I don't see what the timestamp is, but I'm gonna open up the panel to other people. Please save this live, Alex. I'm at work, can't watch right now. Maybe it was 4:49. Okay, we can try that. 4:49. Let's see.
I'll do that. Tell me when. Is this the real one? I don't think this is the real one. It'd be funny if it was, though. All right, John Anthony, settle down there, big boy. Wouldn't that require you to come to Las Vegas? I'm sure Clark County Sheriff's Office would love to know when and where you'd be landing, where you'll be at.
Oh, jeez, this is so fucking dumb. Oh. Yeah, many things you can go after John Anthony for. He doesn't have a warrant out for his arrest. There's no one coming after him. That's just like another cringy conspiracy theory. I can't believe Rollo is forcing you to defend John Anthony, but it's just like factually untrue.
Fly in. That'd be awesome. All right, guys. Let's see what else I got. I think that is it for now. I will say this again. I'm apologize for having to do this in the first place. And again, my last parting shot here, parting words for Adam is.
Yeah, I don't see him talking about me. Can someone? Hey, what's up, buddy? Can someone tell me what the exact timestamp is? You know he won't accept it. You guys show, but if you know that he won't accept it, I think a neutral platform is more than fair. He has said himself when he first accepted my debate request. He said this exactly, verbatim. He said, "I will not come to your studio, but I will do it on. Let's do it on a neutral platform." I'm saying, okay, well, let's do that. He's moving the goalpost now. Now he's saying you have to come to my studio. But initially, you guys can fact check me on that. But he said that let's do it on a neutral platform. I'm saying, okay, let's do that. Let's do a neutral platform. Okay, someone said 3:30. Okay, let's try this one more time and see if anything comes out of it. Okay, 3:30.
For your Ubers, we paid for.
They pay for Ubers, yeah, because they have a driver they have their own personal drivers. Okay, I'll give you that. You paid for Ubers.
4:20.
Awesome. How many times do you think this guy? For this fucking Sam's right on the spot here. Power attracts pathological personalities.
You know, here I will make another offer to Rollo, since he's all about like having fucking having people like fly him out and he needs like a sugar daddy. Rollo, I will actually pay for your plane ticket. I will be your sugar daddy. I will pay for your plane ticket wherever this competition is. So the plane ticket is on me, my man.
It's not that power corrupts, but that it is magnetic to the corruptible, being pathological personalities. That's why.
Okay, someone said that's a troll. Okay, I mean, yeah, unless someone can give me like a legit timestamp, then I think we can move on. Oh, it was a meme. Yeah, I know. I'm trying to focus on like getting through this, so my brain is all like very focused. But yeah, okay. Anyway, unless someone can give me a timestamp, then we'll just move on. Why not just have it over Discord with a mod you both agree with, free for everyone, no one's to the place? Totally cool with it. Let's do that. 100% accept. Like I said, I will accept anything that's not his studio. I think Rollo's offers a bluff. Yeah, I think so too. Let's see if I can finally. We'll try this maybe one more time to see if we can find the timestamp, but I don't see it in the chat. So, can someone, if there is a legit timestamp for when he goes on a tangent about me, you guys want me to react to it? Just give me the exact timestamp and I'll do it. That's a reasonable counteroffer. Discord calls bluff. Yeah, any platform. I'm cool with it. Okay. Anyway, let's. If I can't get a timestamp, let's just move on to the open panel part. I will actually text Michael Sartain tonight, and literally repeat what I'm saying. So I will straight up text him tonight, and yeah, we'll see if we can move this thing forward. Like I said, I will fucking pay for Rollo's plane ticket. There we go. That's me going above and beyond. All right, let's drop the link. For all the Rollo fanboys who are going crazy in the chat, come on. We can have a discussion about it. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. We had 350 live viewers, which was pretty fucking good for this channel. So it seems like you guys are, into this content, even though some of you guys say you don't like the drama. I'm going to try to balance it out by doing like value podcasts and alternating with drama. Value podcasts are obviously not going to get nearly as many views, but I'm okay with that. Like I said, on Thursday, we're going to have the ultimate fucking pickup expert panel. Me, Andy from Kill Your Inner Loser, Marcus from UMP, and Austin Summers. So there's going to be a lot of value there. We'll do speed dating on Wednesday. And maybe tomorrow, if nothing pops up, I'll do just a whole stream where I just review your guys' Tinder profile. So I think I'm going to alternate between drama, value, drama, value, drama for the subs, value for the existing people who want to see it. But yeah, I dropped the link. So all the Rollo fanboys, and so you guys are talking a lot of shit in the chat, but hopefully one of you guys will come on. I want to hear some good arguments tonight. Drama, don't get subs. That's where you're wrong, my man. That's how literally Pearly Things and Fresh and Fit build their whole brand. Alex, we want more TFM. Yeah, I like TFM as a person, but he's got really pissed at me after the Destiny debate because he felt like, I don't know, it was too much of a debate for his taste. So I don't think we're going to be able to get him on again. But, he's welcome anytime. Alex, no shit. Talk, brother. You're a lifesaver for me. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Alex, dude, on a serious note, YouTube doesn't reward value, dude. Why do you insist on continuing to do YouTube? Seems like you'd be better things with your time building the apps, etc. Yeah, well, that's why I do some of the entertainment stuff, right? Entertainment drama stuff. But no, I mean, my whole brand was built on YouTube. YouTube is the reason you guys know who I am. YouTube has been the main thing. So I do think it's actually a very good use of my time. It's the biggest thing that I could focus on, and I do. So, yeah, I think YouTube is a very good use of my time. I do other stuff behind the scenes too, but yeah, I'm never going to quit on YouTube. RSD used to get 100K views without drama. True, but this was 5-6 years ago. The YouTube landscape was totally different back then. There was not any there's not any, what's it called? What was I going to say? Oh, yeah, there was not nearly as much competition out there. Playing with Fire, I think TFM's man Destiny brought in that annoying girl. Could be. I didn't know he was going to do that, but Okay. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised that all the Rollo fanboys are like not fucking jumping on. I think a lot of these dudes are just like talk massive shit in the chat, but they never actually want to have a discussion. We're not even face to face. Like, there's no chance I'm even going to punch you or something. Not that I ever would, but just like state your points. I'll listen to you. Algo functioned differently before the Julian debacle. Yeah, I don't think it was a Julian debacle that changed the algorithm, but the timeline is correct. Best advice to have a successful relationship. Let me think. Screen very carefully. Be honest. Have strong boundaries. Don't let resentment build. Have good communication. It's kind of boring stuff like that. Playing with fire. I'm pumped. I'm hyped for your Thursday value pot. Yeah, me too. I think it's going to be a good. It's going to be good. Who's the best pickup currently? I have a lot of videos on that. You can check it out. My top 5 pickup artists. Yeah, I mean, I agree. Alex, do you think Rhaegar gave you the Lyme disease? No, I don't think so. The guy who had sex with Pastor Aiden at RP Comedy. Wow. Damn, that's crazy that none of the Rollo fanboys are going to come on. I guess they learned from their master. That's crazy. I thought there would be at least a few. Thank you, Alex. Went from pickup monster gang relationship. Nice, man. I'm glad to hear. Lyme disease comes from ticks, which is why I asked. It does. I think I got it when I was hiking in California. Can we get Tinder profile advice video for non-fuckboy profiles? Yeah, I already actually have that. Just search PWF Tinder profile advice. We got Mr. Slave backstage, but that's the only person that's jumped on. Man, some of these guys are so passionate. When I was doing the Rollo review, they were talking so much shit. But here they are, absent. Rollo is teaching guys how to step up debates. Isn't teaching guys to step up debates, obviously. Yeah, that's true. What Rollo fanboys? Man, there was a lot in the chat. If you just scroll back, there was a lot. Do you still do long-term antibiotic therapy? Are you aware of the dangers? Yes and yes. I'll jump on by stutter salt pass. I just expose. Man, it's pretty sad that like none of these fucking Rollo fanboys are willing to defend their fucking overlord. Bring me on, teach you how to negotiate successfully, whatever you want. Yeah, I'll pass on that. I'll still bring you on, but I don't really want any lessons from you. All right, let's bring Ashley on first. What's up?
Hey, sorry, I was on mute. I was just laughing like they're overlords. Dying, literally dying right now.
Playing with fire. I think you Rollo have more common than you think. You guys would agree at 9%. I think the gap isn't that big to it. Okay, potentially. I think it's closer to 70%, but.
So, like, this guy is literally, I'm trying to catch up because, like, I know a little bit about the Rollo debacle, obviously, but I truly pay attention to the stuff that actually interests me more, obviously. But, so, you have challenged him to a debate many times, right?
Yeah, I've been doing it for like 2-3 years now.
And he basically has said publicly many times that, like, the only way to actually prove yourself as a man or as any type of content creator or person with ideas and theologies is to debate it out with someone, right?
Yeah, he even says that in his book.
Right. And he refuses to actually do that with you.
Not just with me, other people as well. Like, he won't debate Destiny or, yeah, he won't debate a lot of people.
And has this been something that has started like in the last few years, or?
I don't know if he was always like that or not. I just, I learned about him like 3 years ago or something like that. So, yeah, I don't know what he was like before that. I assume he was the same because people don't change generally. But yeah, I don't know.
I was just curious if he used to like actually debate people, or if this is like a new thing where he's totally against debating anybody.
Oh, Ashley, people are saying fix your mic. I can actually hear you fine, but people are saying that there's a lot of feedback.
Yeah, let me exit and come back in.
All right, cool. Uh, he accepted a debate with Destiny. I know that much. Okay, I mean, waiting for it to happen. Yeah, I mean, I feel like he said in the past that he doesn't want to debate Destiny. So I don't think. I mean, maybe he'll pull the same shit where he'll be like, "You have to come to my studio," but I don't consider that accepting it. Like, I think that's like an unfair offer. I think that's a bad faith acceptance of a debate challenge. A good faith acceptance is what I'm doing, where I'm saying, "Hey, here are the options. We can go to a neutral platform. We can do Discord. We can do this. We can do that." That's like a good faith acceptance of a debate offer.
Is that any better or no?
Chat, let her know if it's better.
I don't know what's going on.
People are saying one person said you sound fine, so it should be good.
All right, cool. Anyway, I was just curious if I was up to speed on the whole Rollo Tomassi thing. Not sure. Torsha recently reached out to me and asked to do content with me. So isn't she like a big, like, I guess, proprietor of Rollo Tomassi?
Yeah, she is. But yeah, me and her agreed to disagree on that. But I like Torsha as a person. Me and her get along really well. We've done multiple podcasts together. But yeah, I disagree with her theories on Rollo.
All right, that's interesting. I was just curious your opinion because, like, Sarah was like, "Yeah, go, you should do it," blah blah. And I was like, "All right, I don't know," because like I thought she was kind of like Rollo Tomassi's like female protege, and I know enough about Rollo just from your content to know that I don't agree with a lot of his stuff. Like I've watched, like I watched him on Fresh and Fit, of course, and I've watched a couple of other things that he's done as far as his book goes. I've read excerpts from his book, and just knowing basically what I've come to understand, that he doesn't practice what he preaches, which is a huge, huge thing for me. I'm all about like receipts, and not to QB max, but like literally like, just have receipts and like do what you like, practice what you preach, so to speak. I was just kind of curious, like, what your opinions are on kind of like collaborating with Torsha before I actually kind of pulled the trigger on that. So interesting.
Yeah, she's cool. I would trust her. I would collab with her. I just think she's like, sometimes good people are wrong about shit. I just think she's completely wrong about Rollo, but I don't think that takes away from her character or something like that.
Well, I'm never wrong about anything. So for me, I mean, that's kind of hard for me to.
Of course not.
Of course not. Of course not. Man, so you've had so much shit talking going on in the chat tonight from what I've seen, and like nobody has wanted to come on and like actually debate these points with you.
I know, man. It's kind of a bummer, actually. I thought there was going to be a very lively debate, but like, yeah, none of these guys like actually want to have a discussion. It doesn't have to be a debate. It can just be a discussion.
You literally have like 350 viewers at one point.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of disappointing. Gustavo, by the way, you were backstage for like 30 seconds. I was just about to bring you on when you jumped off. So just come back and I'll bring you on.
I would love to hear some of this. Like, I would absolutely love it. I know it's off topic, but Black v Silver did make a video tonight, and like you were kind of the star of it. It was pretty badass, not gonna lie. Like,
was it like positive or negative?
Very positive.
Okay,
in your favor, rather.
Nice. I'll take it. Yeah, Black v Silver is a good guy. I like him.
No, I like his shit too. It was all about just like these weirdos in the manosphere, and it was basically a huge hit piece about you calling out certain people with questionable morals in this space and kind of what you said. But he, you know how Black v Silver does, like he backs it up with evidence and facts and like actual, just he spells it out for the people in the back, so to speak. And like he even played excerpts from like your streams and my streams, and I was like watching it and I was like, holy shit, like I didn't even catch that. And you fucking nailed some things just unknowingly or knowingly, I don't know, but it was really entertaining. Like you definitely have to go watch it after this.
I'll check it out for sure. Okay, Mr. Slave is saying he wants to debate Black v Silver. I believe Black v Silver doesn't really like to do debates, and that's okay because he never LARPs around and says that you should debate people. But Black v Silver, if you want to do a debate, Mr. Slave is interested, so just let me know. Your choice.
Yeah, Mr. Slave got pretty much annihilated in that video.
Oh, did he? Damn, that's funny.
Yeah, and it was pretty much you calling him out, Alex. And
Well, I feel like it was really your friend Sarah that annihilated Mr. Slave.
I feel like it was too, but like in this video, Mr. Slave pointed out what you actually said. So I don't know. I kind of almost not forgot about it, but like after what Sarah said, it was kind of like mic drop, right? But Black v Silver went back to what you said originally in my stream when you came on, and it kind of blew everybody's mind. Like everybody in the chat was like, what the fuck? Like Alex was so fucking right.
Oh, damn. I'm excited now to check this video
You
out.
basically nailed it, like honestly. And he spelled it out like layman's terms for everybody how well you nailed it. Like I was very entertained. So no wonder Mr. Slave is wanting to come on and debate him because he got crucified by you.
I'll let Mr. Slave on, but here's one rule I have with Mr. Slave. None of this fucking contrarian attention-seeking shit. None of this like I'm gonna disagree with common sense because 1 + 1 doesn't equal 2, and pedophilia is like not that bad. Like fucking none of this fucking attention-seeking fucking contrarian shit. Just like be like a normal person, have a normal discussion. All right, there we go.
Hey, Mr. Slave.
Hi, what's up?
That's a different dominant shop tells you about him. His ideas are very refutable, but his character showed even without him pouring the victim. Very much true. And I appreciate the super chat, buddy. You should have Pearl on your channel. I've already had her on my channel. She's been on about a year ago. Before she blew up. She's too cool for me now. She's too popular. Can't get her back on.
Yeah. So what do you think about that video, Mr. Slave?
I didn't watch it. I guess I'll watch it if I remember, because it didn't show up on my feed, so I'll have to make a note.
Yo, Chad, do you want me to watch that video live right now and give my?
I think you should.
The chat can vote. Say yes if you want me to, and no if you think that's kind of boring.
Dude.
No, it sounds interesting. Come on, let's do it.
Okay, well let me.
Wait, how do we vote? 1 and 2? Yes and no?
Yes.
Yeah, everyone's saying yes, so sure.
There you go.
Let's do it. Okay, I'm gonna go to Black v Silver's channel. All right, everyone's saying yes.
Terrific.
It's pretty bad / good.
Fad?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
It means you're a fad.
FAD? FA David? Fad?
Federal Alpha David.
Federal Alpha Fad? What does that mean? I never heard of this word.
Okay, let's take a look.
The first part is about Hormaxer, but then
I'm a fad. Oh, I'm here today,
it's
gone
only
tomorrow.
like 8 minutes, but yeah.
Sus characters exposed. Okay, should I just skip forward like 8 minutes in?
How long's the video?
It's like 30 minutes. Just kind of long.
Oh, okay. Yeah, skip forward.
Okay, wait, I see Mr. Slave here.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Okay, there he is. Wait, let's go a little back. Okay.
You're wearing glasses because you can't even see. Bad genetics.
My mask allowed me to be myself completely. No shame. No limits.
I would never have kids with you. You're smiling because you're nervous, and you know what I'm saying is fucking true. Your background is the most disgusting shade of white. I don't know if it's the color of your paint or the lighting in your room. Your shirt looks like an extra large. I don't know if you're obese or not. Can't really tell when it's just here up on camera. You're laughing, so that means I'm right again. Your hair is also most likely disgustingly horrible because I can't see it, so I just have to assume the worst. I don't know what the fuck you
Mr. Slave is enjoying this way too much.
have in your arm. It looks like your dirty cum sock tied around it. Maybe you cut off the tip and like just put it on your arm and like tucked it up, so it's like there, like for when I like bully you to your peak and you feel like you're gonna like buzz, you can just rip off the like cum sock from your hand and like no.
Oh my god, he looks like he's having an orgasm. Look at that.
Oh, there's no interrupting me. I'm gonna like make you cry before. Oh, you're laughing? You're laughing? Why are you laughing? Is this funny to you? Are you getting aroused? I'm actually gonna stop. I don't want you to get too turned on.
Amazing. Wow. Would it help if we took this collar and we put it around my neck and we would like put it to the max until I black out? Would that make you feel better?
Yes, it would actually. Yeah,
All right,
I would
so
feel a lot better
let's
by doing that.
try.
Yeah, I would actually. I would feel a lot better with that. Yeah, that you're unzipping. I hear metal.
It's metal, yeah. I'm going to show you one.
You can skip
The
ahead a little
smallest
bit.
one is this. Do you know what this is?
Is that a penis dilator?
Oh, we have a guy backstage who wants to debate Mr. Slave. Should we keep going with this, or should we let him on?
Go forward to
Yeah,
where like gets into what you.
yeah, I mean, before he leaves, yeah, I mean, yeah, always accept
Go
the
to where
debate.
like on the panel it shows
First-
you on there because like he shows you annihilating him.
All right, let's let this guy speak for a little bit, and then we'll go back to this.
Yeah.
Okay. Yo, what's up, dude? Yo.
Wait, did you check that he's not a peen flasher?
No, I'm not. But Mr. Slave, like, what's up, man?
Hey, man, what's up?
I'm not. No, I'm not. But
You're not now up? What?
I had to talk some shit a little bit. You know, I mean, how do you submit to women?
Yeah, I'm submissive to beautiful women. Wait, you want to debate me or you want to do like a live interview? I'm fine either way. Whatever Alex is okay with.
That's cool. What you said you want to debate Mr. Slave? So what do you disagree with him about?
Well, I think it's kind of cocked to, to submit to women. I think that's pretty low test.
So the way it works is in my real life, I'm very dominant. So my fantasy is to be submissive. So I never get a chance to be submissive in real life. So for me, it's just a fantasy, and it's like a complete violation of my reality. It's just a fantasy. I can never get it in real life.
Yeah, but like, don't you feel that?
All right, bro, I gotta stop
like,
you. You're like a little too fucked up for this debate. Just come back like tomorrow night when you're sober. We can do this. I don't think it's gonna be good content for the audience. I was looking forward to you like destroying Mr. Slave, but yeah, I think you're like just too fucked up for the debate. And I don't want you. I don't want you to say something that you might regret later because you're fucked up. You're like right in front
I'm
of
sorry, man. I'm sorry, man.
No, you're good. It's no apologizing. So you're in front of 250 live viewers right now, and I also don't think it's gonna make for interesting content. But yeah, dude, come back any other time and we'll do it.
Wait, Alex, how could you tell that he's fucked up?
I mean, just listen to him. He's clearly fucked up or high or whatever.
Really? I had no idea.
Well, there's many things you have no idea about, Mr. Slave, but yes.
No, I never interact with people who do drugs, so I just don't know what it's like. Except for Ashley, she's been high a couple of times, and that's been
Literally,
really...
Nicole has talked about how you guys have done shrooms together. What are you talking about? You don't interact with people.
Yes, once or
One
maybe
time,
twice.
I don't talk to anyone who does drugs. Used to do shrooms with his.
I don't have. It's not. I have nothing against drugs. I'm pro drugs. I wish I could do more, but I personally find it boring. I don't know.
Well, that's fine. Anyway, all right. So thanks for coming on, JG. We'll have you on any other time that you want to come on.
JG, come to my channel and say whatever you want to say. JG, are you alive? Confirm.
Right, I want to get back to this.
Yeah. Okay. Is it okay if I would stop and like make a commentary like once in a while?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Okay. Sure. Let me just fast forward a little bit.
Put that in your urethra.
I mean, if I may
Right.
comment, I
Okay.
mean, this is a pretty boring video. I don't see, and I find Black v Silver to be excruciatingly boring, even more than drugs in general.
No, she's not my owner.
Oh,
Yeah, I just made that up in the beginning. He took it seriously.
Oh.
They were saying that you're Mr. Slave's owner, Jessica.
Jessica, would you like to be my owner?
Black v Silver, you are the most boring content creator in the universe.
He's definitely not the most boring content creator in the universe.
Who's more boring?
Ashley and Sarah, like what?
I kind of like his editing style.
Yeah, here, I'll give you. So, Jessica, what you have to do is just
Who's more boring? Rollo Tomassi.
tell all the men that
I
they're
guess,
shit.
yeah.
And then they love you. Men love it when you tell them that they're shit.
Yeah,
What
tell us
is
about
the
that.
age? Okay, so under what conditions? Why 18? That's just the legal age of consent in the United States in some states. You're just stating the law.
You never answered the
This is
question, by the
probably
way,
one of
Alex.
the cringiest things you ever had. Like, what's the question I didn't answer?
Why 18? You're welcome to answer anytime. Why 18?
Just watch the video. This is great.
No, Alex, whenever you want to answer the question, you never answer the question.
I'll respond to that because that's the age that people can join the army at. That's kind of when we as a society determine that you become an adult. Now, if you want to make the argument that you should be 19 or 17, that's a discussion we can have. But that's where what we in America as a society have determined is the legal age to become an adult. That's when you can join the army. That's when you can smoke cigarettes. That's when you can do a lot of things, that you cannot do when you're 17. Low-key defending like pedophilia. You're trying to nitpick and wiggle your way into well, it's not that bad. He didn't fuck the underage girl. He just talked to her really dirty. And I think 18 is
Wait,
too
so
old.
what you're saying is, wait, can I stop
this is
you?
ultra cringe. You do realize? Yeah, what?
So you're saying that's what we as a society have determined. So that's actually a logical fallacy. It's called the ad populum logical fallacy.
So Black v.
in a formal,
Silver,
hold
Black
on,
v. Silver addresses
hold on,
the logical
hold on, hold
fallacy.
on,
If you'll
hold
keep
on, Ashley,
listening-
hold on,
No,
Ashley,
I'm
hold
telling
on,
you, he
Ashley,
nails it,
Ashley,
dude.
Ashley, hold on,
All
hold on.
right.
Ashley, hold on. So in a formal debate, you just lost because you committed a logical fallacy. Now, Ashley, say what you want.
My man, you literally every word that comes out of your mouth is a logical fallacy, but okay, I'll
Yes,
You're
and
welcome
if
to
you keep
point out a
listening,
single
Black
logical
v.
fallacy, and I'll take it back.
Black v. Silver actually points
Alex,
out the logical
you just
fallacy.
committed a logical fallacy. You lost a debate. In a formal debate,
yeah?
you lost a
Just
debate.
wait.
End of discussion.
Just wait for it.
Dude, every time I think you're not that bad, you remind me how much of an idiot you are. All right, just try if you're gonna make comments, make them something that's interesting and related to the thing. I don't just go on a tangent. Watching a video about you, that should kind of turn you on. We're talking about you, so I think that should be enough. Plus, what you're doing is you're trying to make excuses for literally harassment of little kids, which is so cringe, dude. I don't know how you're doing that as someone who actually says that he was abused. This is fucking. Dude, this is someone who fucking, I don't know, who fucking gets robbed and then he's let me go out and rob some people because it's not that bad robbery. It's ultra cringe, bro.
Ultra cringe, not an argument. Why do you say that?
You have a dominatrix who carries you around on a leash.
I mean, I like the fact that she doesn't like me. I would like to be with her, and the fact that she doesn't like me, that's just the bonus.
I wasn't planning to make a video about these weirdos, but this is to create an awareness that these weirdos are thirsty for attention and humiliation. People think they can reason with them and have a healthy discussion or logic with them.
Wait,
But in
Alex, could
reality,
you
they
stop
get
him for
turned
a
on by
second?
attention and humiliation.
Dude,
First, I want to show
No, this is important. No, you no. Tell Mr. Black v Silver, you kept asking me to come online without my previous owner, and I used to refuse. And you're the one who convinced me.
I asked you once when we had a debate where someone wanted to debate you. I wasn't asking you. 99% of the time, or messages, you asking me to join your panel, you asking to come on my channel. Let's not make it seem like I'm asking you. There was one time where I had a debate set up where I thought it'd be interesting, and I asked you to come on without your owner. That was once. The vast majority of the time when you are talking, it's you inviting me on your stream, it's you sending me links.
It's also been a progression of events.
But it was always with my owner. It was never alone. It was just to promote her.
I don't give a shit about your owner. I mean, she was good for the speed dates, but yeah,
I'm just saying, Black v Silver think I am doing it because I'm doing it for myself. Now I find it interesting, but in the beginning, I didn't want to be public. I like being personal, but for my owner, I wanted to promote her career. It wasn't for me.
Well, yeah, I
Make
think
your own video about that.
I think you're a massive attention whore. I think you like the attention. I think you enjoy it. I think you probably get off on that. So couldn't fundamentally disagree more. But let's get back into the video.
Of this one weirdo who doesn't believe in logic. The fact that he has to argue about logic logic shows how he doesn't understand or is not capable of it.
Let me explain it to you. The justification for knowledge comes from the fact that we have the laws of logic. Logic exists as immaterial metaphysical laws. Therefore, the justification that God must be true is real.
These are just
This
assertions.
is called no. This is based
These are just
along-
assertions.
Then account for the laws of logic, Mr. Slade.
I don't believe in logic.
You can't.
I don't believe in logic.
What are the laws of logic? There are three fundamental, undeniable laws of logic, which
I
cover
deny the
our
laws of
reality
logic.
and
What
thought.
is your source of
These are
what is the
universal laws
source of the
presupposed-
law? Who told us these laws?
Stop. When you said, "Can I make comments once in a while?" I thought it was going to be once in a while, not every.
I'm
10
sorry.
used by everyone, whether they realize it or not. We make use of them in our daily life without even thinking about them. And without presupposing these three simple logical laws, one cannot engage in meaningful conversation, let alone reason.
Some men aren't looking for anything logical, like money. They can't be bought, bullied, reasoned, or negotiated with.
There are three fundamental, undeniable laws of logic, which govern our reality and thought. These are universal laws presupposed by everyone, whether they realize it or not. We make use of them in our daily life without even thinking about them.
I don't believe in
You
logic.
can't, but I can because it's a transcendental categorization I can account for.
You
and
have no
can't.
source. These are just assertions.
No,
Logic
that's not
and
an
math.
assertion. That's a transcendental categorization which exists in
These are
immaterial
just
reality I can
assertions.
account for.
Using long words doesn't make it better. You're just asserting. You're just assuming.
There's
You're just
no
assuming
assertion.
the laws of logic.
How am I assuming them? Are there laws of logic?
What's your fun? As far as I'm concerned, no.
For someone to deny these laws, they would be using the laws in the process, thus self-refuting them.
So how are we having this conversation right now? Are we
We're-
using logic?
I mean, these are not laws. I mean,
oh, they're not laws. Oh, so can a contradiction?
Let me explain. Let me explain. It's like let me explain. It's like this conversation could take place without words if I would be shaking your hands and we would be dancing together.
What?
What?
Yes.
Well, sure,
We just,
but that's
I mean,
the logic.
Bro,
That's the
what are you
logic.
talking about, man?
You use the laws of logic to deduce the truth of that. Anything outside of these laws of logic makes anything that you're saying incoherent, right? So
Okay,
it would
gi-
be
gi- give
incoherent
me-
if you had a contradiction, for instance. If you told me that square thing is actually a triangle, let's say, or something that's incoherent, it's a direct contradiction. The way that you know it's a contradiction and it's not true is by using the immaterial transcendental laws of logic.
No, here.
No disrespect to Andrew. I know that he's a very logical character like I am, but I find this such a dumb argument. You can't explain nor define logic to a person who doesn't understand the concept of it. There's no explaining logic to a person who doesn't have it. The weirdo is just feeding into being grilled, the attention of being a contrarian, and the pleasure of looking dumb,
I kind of agree with that.
stupid, hence his abuse kink. The more people gives oxygen to this weirdo, it exposes people who are unaware. He might be also whacking off to my critique
can I
video
make
and
a
enjoying
comment?
this.
She says that she would.
Yes, let's hear it.
Okay, so I gave it some thought. So the quick and simple proof that logic is utter nonsense is the following. Logic is built on language, and language is a social construct. And social construct might as well be a rain dance. Hence, logic is just a rain dance. It's just utter nonsense.
Okay, thank you for that very.
Wait, refute me or concede. You cannot just go back to the video. Refute me or concede. Black v Silver, you also refute me or concede.
Stop yelling.
I
Everything that is utterly stupid. That's my refutation.
Logic is based on language. Language is just a social construct. It's just rain dance. Logic is just rain dance. Refute me or concede. Refute me or concede. Refute me or concede. Very simple. Refute me or concede. You cannot.
I'm gonna mute you because you're deteriorating the quality of the show. Okay. When I said I have you on, I said don't fucking deteriorate the quality of the show with your fucking attention-seeking, weird behavior. So I'm trying to get through this thing. I'm not interested in having a debate with you about laws of logic, which is something that 99% of people know exists. Like only fucking retard thinks there's no such thing as logic. Okay. So let's get through this thing, and then if you want, you can debate someone about who wants to have a debate with you about whether logic exists or not. I think that's a super dumb debate. It's like debating whether the sky's blue or not. I think it's a waste of everyone's time. Anyway, let's move on.
If you want me to join, or oh, then terrific. Yeah, I'll really hate it. I guess I'll have a chance to suck dick. So no.
So sorry, I can't take anything you say
Look,
seriously.
I can
True.
look, I can help you optimize your life. I can help people optimize their lives.
Is that true?
Is no.
Okay.
But
Well, then what are you talking about?
Like, why, Andrew? Why do you talk to anyone if you're just going to say that, like, oh, you don't believe in my specific worldview of religion? Then I literally everything you say is dismissible. Like, this is so fucking stupid. Like, this is a horrible way to start a conversation.
Oh, if 1 + 1 is
Well,
2.
you don't know anything because you can't make a
Right.
true statement. You don't know anything.
But what do you want?
true.
What do you want? I'm being honest. You want me
And
to lie?
I'm honestly telling you, there's no reason to listen to someone who tells you they're not telling you the
That's
truth.
not true. I can improve your life.
How? Yeah, is that true?
I can teach you the ways of amorality. I can make you a better person.
Oh, yay.
Wait,
So
why
you
would
could
I
be,
want
you
to
could be the devil on my shoulder?
Yeah, wait, why would I want to be immoral? How's that self-improvement to become amoral?
You ever seen this?
Yeah, you showed me that before.
Oh,
Isn't
I
that
showed
what
you?
you put around your pee and like you lock it, and then if you get harder and it hurts really bad? Yeah.
And it
I would
actually.
keep that thing on you all the time.
Oh, thank you. I would
You're welcome.
appreciate that.
Yeah,
And
I
by
would
the
keep
way,
it on you all the time.
terrific. Wait, it has a tiny hole in front. You know what this hole is for?
So that you could put one of those dilators in your pee hole or pee.
Yeah.
Either
very
or.
Very important feature.
How's that self-improvement to become amoral?
Because I am amoral and I am an egoist. So I
How are those
optimize
things. You're talking about
No,
like, yeah,
you cannot
bad,
be both.
I can make you lazy. Like, you're talking about bad things.
No. Being an egoist means I optimize my life, just like you want to optimize your life. So I make self-optimization into my way of life. Now, since my only target is to optimize my life, I cannot have another target, like morality. So I don't have morality. All I have is
multiple focuses in your life.
you can't really, not really,
Yes,
because
you can.
they
I'm
would
focused on my business. I'm focused on fitness. I'm focused on
not really.
having the best relationship with my girlfriend. You can focus on
That's
whatever.
these are all self-optimizations. I agree with you, but that's not moral. You're not.
How is being amoral a good thing?
Everything you just said is amoral. I agreed with everything
Everything
you said, but these are amoral things. You're just self-optimizing. You're just an egoist like me. But I admit it. I admire
Wait,
anyone who
Alex.
admits it.
Here you go, guys.
Wait, why did you laugh? Everything you said is amoral. You're just self-optimizing your life.
Because it's not. Having a good relationship with my girlfriend is not just me being self-centered. That benefits her. That benefits me. That benefits any potential children we might have. So yeah, that's what you're saying.
Right, but it's hold on. So it's like being nice to your puppy, right? You love your puppy. You enjoy. It's for you. You enjoy loving your puppy. You enjoy the relationship with your puppy. It's purely for you.
Yeah. So would you consider doing something like, I don't know, like doing something nice for someone that doesn't benefit you? Is that still you being an egoist?
It's got to benefit me somehow. If it doesn't benefit me, meaning I have to feel better. If I feel better,
If
then
your argument is that just because you feel good doing nice things for others, therefore you're an egoist, then everyone would be an egoist. Because yes, if people do nice things for other people because it also makes them feel good. But sometimes people make sacrifices that don't make them feel good. They're just doing it out of the kindness of their heart. So that exists.
yes,
too.
even I could.
You're defining egoists very, very loosely. That's not typically how anyone else defines egoists.
Explains why he defends such behaviors because he doesn't have any morals. In his beliefs, a person must exercise their selfish lust regardless if it's immoral. His lack of morality will try to justify such behaviors that's outside the norm or what's considered to be weird.
Tell me when can
that I agree with.
When can Hormaxer talk to the girls the way he did? When and what age?
When they're over
Under what
18.
conditions? Why 18? That's just the legal age of consent in the United States in some states. You're just stating the law.
Wait, this is like probably one of the cringiest takes you ever had.
Not an
Like,
argument.
low-key defending, like,
Cringiest is not an
pedophilia.
argument.
You're trying to nitpick and wiggle your way into like, oh, it's not that bad. He didn't fuck the underage girl. He just talked to her really dirty. And I think 18 is too old. I mean, I think it should be 16. This is dude ultra cringe. You do realize what you're doing is you're trying to make excuses for literally harassment of little kids, which is so cringe, dude. I don't know how you're doing that as someone who
Cringe,
actually
dude,
says that he
not
was
an
abused.
argument.
This is dude, this is someone who fucking, I don't know, who fucking gets robbed and then he's like, oh, well, let me go out and rob some people because it's not that bad robbery. It's ultra cringe, bro.
Right, that's the
Ultra
legal age
cringe,
of
bro,
consent.
not an
So
argument.
the law, does it also say that you're not allowed to talk sexually to a 14-year-old girl?
I think they can get you in trouble.
Yeah,
Fine.
Catch a predator. To catch a predator, those guys get arrested. Mr. Slade didn't know that you get in trouble for just having a sexual conversation with someone underage.
I said fine. If
I
that's
don't
true,
know
look,
if they get.
Alex, hold
I don't know
on,
if
wait.
if they get arrested,
Can
if
you
they
stop
get
for a
charged.
second?
Oh yeah, they get arrested.
No, can you stop it?
Sting
1
operation
second.
and everything.
Maybe they get arrested. I don't know if they get charged.
What?
It
Look,
continues to explain.
Wait, Ashley, 1 second. Look, Alex, my question when you walked into that conversation, my discussion with Ashley was, what wrong, what illegal thing did Hormaxer do? That was my question. That is still my question. Did Hormaxer do anything illegal? That's the only question.
He did not do anything illegal, but he did something amoral.
No, but you're saying speaking sexually to a 14-year-old is illegal or not? Decide.
That's not actually. That's
I,
not.
I think if you haven't,
These are two different conversations.
It depends on the state, but I think if you have an intention to meet up with a girl under sexual context, that is illegal. I don't know exactly what
The
Hormax
video goes on to explain it.
I don't know exactly what Hormax said and didn't say. I don't know if it actually crosses the line to legality. I just know it's highly illegal.
I don't know what happens.
No, they
So
do.
what, Mr. Slate, do you think would be the legal, or not the legal?
No,
but what do
I'll
think
tell you
would be
why.
The moral age of consent.
And to catch a predator, there's a problem because there's no victim. It's a trap. An
Right, but
entrapment.
they still get arrested. They still do 5 to 10 years in jail.
For
Without-
what? There's no victim. When they talk to a police officer who's over age. So where's the crime? They never committed a crime. So it's the intent.
The crime is.
Well, apparently they did.
Let me just comment on this. So this is like the same thing. If like you hire a hitman to kill someone you know, right, and that hitman is actually a police officer undercover, just the fact that you were willing to commit an illegal act is a crime in of itself.
Boom.
So like it's in the same token, you can go to jail for hiring a hitman, even if that hitman turned out to be a police officer. The same thing. You can go to jail for making sexual plans with a 14-year-old, even if that 14-year-old was
Okay. Wait. Let me respond. I don't have a problem. This was just a discussion. I was just asking, what do you think Hormaxer did that is wrong, that is illegal? That's it. So you have an answer. Fantastic. That's the answer. That's what I was looking for. Thank you.
All right, are you willing to say that having a very sexual conversation with an underage girl is highly immoral?
What do you mean willing? What? Hold on. Look, I don't know what moral means. I know what
Okay, never
illegal
mind.
means.
Sorry, I should have not asked a logical question to a logical person. Let's just keep going.
And if you want to
People
get technical,
are talking to someone
There has
who's
to be an
like,
offer.
who
That's why
they
I
think
said
is 13 or 14
Anyway,
years old.
I honestly don't. I honestly don't know.
The answer is
Core. Tetra posts pictures of actual 13-year-olds on social media. We're hiding their identities. It's not long before Sokol contacts our decoy, we'll call her Bailey, and the chat gets a little raunchy. Are you a virgin? LOL, yeah, that is personal. No, I was with my boyfriend once. I really want to be intimate with you. Do you have pretty feet? LOL, yeah, I don't have homeless feet. He then turns the conversation very personal, asking questions no adult should ever ask a 13-year-old. Do you trim your blank?
Oh, that's so morally despicable and repugnant.
LOL, yeah. Do you think blank size matters? Nope, X was decent. I'm not that big, but I know how to satisfy a girl. Sokol
I think anyone who does that with a girl should go to jail. That is
Yep.
Sokol arrives at the house. Our on-site decoy, a 19-year-old theater student, lets him in the door.
Sorry about that. Come on in.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm really nervous.
Oh, you're gonna be hot?
No, I'm sorry.
Oh, I've seen this episode. This is the dude who brings the pizza. This one is so funny.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Like 2 years ago, I went through a period where I just binged on How to Catch a Predator videos, but they like fucking skied me out and made me think like really low of the whole universe, so I stopped. But they are kind of funny in their own very creepy, very scary way.
Totally the pizza
I'll
guy.
settle into it.
The pizza guy.
So, kind of fishy catches.
You ever see the one where the dude brought his son?
Oh my god, yes. Oh
that
my
was,
god.
that was just the worst. I feel so bad for
Oh.
that.
You okay?
I'm working.
What's that?
I have no idea. Do you want to check?
Somebody here.
No.
What kind of pizza we have tonight? Who's this? I'll get to that in a minute. Who are you?
Imagine one day we're watching To Catch a Predator and we see someone show up with like a mask. We're like, uh-oh, no, please tell me.
Who are you? You tell me first. You're Jeff, right? Yeah. And what are you doing here tonight, Jeff? Hanging out. Hanging out.
The guy's like so fucking chill. Like, how does he not realize he's about to go to jail for like 20 years? He's like way too chill. Like all the other guys start freaking out. He's just like sitting there like so casual.
Out with whom? With her. Who's her? It's an investigation for a television program where we investigate grown people who go online and try to create inappropriate illegal relationships with underage children.
This guy either has the best poker face ever or he's a total sociopath.
But in all my years of catching these guys, I've never had an offer like this.
You can take your pizza if you like. You want a slice? I'm good, thank you.
You want it?
So what about you guys?
This is like the nicest predator ever.
Everybody can have a slice.
This dude is like, he's like the nicest predator ever.
So the cops there? We'll see.
Sokol isn't getting seconds. His next meal will be in jail.
Come on out. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Cops grab him. During the search, cops find a sex enhancement pill, the kind where you call a doctor if it's still working after 4 hours.
Okay, where you call it up.
Even though the intent is there, the law enforcers still need to abide by rules of engagement. Collecting evidence that the predator needs to be physically go to the prey and able to commit the act or show intent of committing the act. Point is, it's only the law that...
Okay, there we go. Yeah, I don't know too much about like fucking predator laws, but I think Black v. Silver explained it. So it's not enough just to have a sexual conversation. There needs to be intent that you were planning and actually meeting up with that person.
Prevents these creeps and weirdos to commit the act, even though they're already morally wrong to even justify the age of consent. The fact that Mr. Slave seems to be proud of calling himself an amoral and egoist who doesn't believe in logic shows a lot of red flags why you can't let him be around kids or work in an environment where there's kids.
I honestly don't know.
The answer is yes, it is illegal to have sexual. The crime is
Well, apparently they did. If you want to get
people
technical.
are talking to someone
There has to
who's
be an
like,
offer.
who
That's
they
why I
think is
said
13 or 14
Anyway,
years old.
I honestly don't know.
The answer is yes, it is
Alex,
illegal
can you hear me?
to have sexual conversations.
What?
You get arrested for like
What is it?
indecent behavior.
Wait, Black v. Silver said I work with children?
What?
Yeah, he said I work with children.
No, he didn't.
No, he didn't?
I
Didn't he say that?
No.
I did not hear that at all. Dude.
He said
Apparently they did. If you want to get technical.
Are talking to someone
There has
who's
to be an
like,
offer.
who
That's why
they
I
think
said
is 13 or 14
Anyway,
years old.
I honestly don't know.
The answer is yes, it is illegal to have sexual conversations with. I think you get arrested for like lewd and indecent behavior with a child or something like that. That's a charge. But yeah, it is illegal.
Okay, then fine. Then that's different. I'm not talking about that.
Let's say the age of consent was 10, because you said if the age of consent was 14, you would be okay with like sexual activity with a underage person. What if that was 10? Would you still be okay if that was legal?
Obviously, you cannot ask me that question because if I answered that, I cannot be on. No one can be honest in this country, at this current state of affairs. No one can be honest.
You're wearing a mask. No one knows who you are. You can be as honest as anyone.
The answer. This is like with the Thor shit, dude. The answer is obviously fuck no. I would not be okay with that.
Of course, the answer is fuck no. I don't want to get in trouble with anyone, so of course the answer is fuck no. I am Mr. Alex. I'm afraid of the universe, so of course
I don't know what.
The argument that I don't want to have sex with a 14-year-old girl because I'm afraid is one of the cringes.
No, wait, Alex. Oh, hold on. Let me reply. Look, the point is we live in an environment where it's impossible to give that answer because theoretically, a person says, yes, I'm a pedophile, so that's his end. A person says, no, I'm not a pedophile. You could say, well, obviously you are a pedophile because a pedophile would deny being a pedophile. Or you could say, oh, okay, fine, you gave us the answer we were looking for. Anyway, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, in today's environment, we cannot have a conversation about our fantasies.
We can, and we are.
Certain fantasies.
We can, and we are.
The fact
but the
is,
fact that you can't handle.
Wait, Ashley,
Also,
let me
the
finish.
fact that you can't answer a simple question.
Yeah, wait. Let me finish.
You're like, no, of course, dude. I don't want to do anything sexual with someone underage. That's like the answer that 99% of people will give.
I don't care. Look, the point is, 99% of the people say no, but then you see the porn fads. You see that like you can go to websites where they have they have child porn available or fantasies.
What you're saying is absolutely not true. Child porn is very heavily controlled by the FBI. There's no websites that you can go aside from the dark web where they have kiddie porn. That doesn't happen. That's not true.
And if they find it on your computer, you're immediately.
If they find it on your computer, you will go to jail. That is something that is very heavily regulated.
Hold on. Look, you can
So what
go.
you're saying is fundamentally not true.
No, you can go, no. I'm saying there's art, there is fantasies where the children are very young. That's available. So so there's consumers and there's producers of this art, of
Mr.
this type
Slave,
of
there
art.
are
Actually, stop interrupting. So
Yes,
there's
morally
consumers.
Mr. Slave, suck my dick.
Look, Alex, you said 99% deny, but the question is, what are the actual statistics? Of course, everyone 100% will deny. That doesn't mean anything. There's plenty of producers and consumers of this content.
I don't know why you're bending over backwards to defend child pornography. Let me just again pose. I want a very simple answer to a very simple question. Do you personally? Let's assume that that there was no laws in the U.S. or at least no laws in regard to this type of topic. Do you think it's morally okay for a man to talk in a very sexual manner with a 12-year-old? I want a yes or no.
Whatever the law says.
Well, let's just say the laws are no longer there.
Whatever the law says, that's my answer. Because if I say something else, I'm
Okay.
endangering myself.
You talk to you go to a different country where the laws is totally different, where they don't have any laws. Would you be okay, since it's legal in that situation?
Whatever the law says in this country, that's my answer. Because everyone would give you this answer. You have to give this answer, otherwise you're endangering your life.
That's not the answer I would give. I would say, fuck no, dude. I don't care what the fuck the law is. I ain't doing anything sexual with a fucking underage person.
Me neither.
I don't give a fuck. I don't care if the law, if they pass a new law that says you can do it. I still ain't fucking doing that shit because it's morally repugnant. All right, let's keep going.
I said that I feel like anybody
that
would have. Sorry, I said that I feel like anyone, even in Germany where it's 14, if a 54 or 45-year-old man, the only poon that he could get was a 14-year-old girl because and come on, let's be real. Like, if that's the only poon he got, he's obviously paid for that poon in some way, shape, or form. Okay. And if that's the only way he can get that, there's something fucking wrong. And even if that's not the only way, if you're 45 and you're going after 14-year-old poon, you're fucking repugnant. I agree. Like,
you're a piece of fucking shit. You're the scum of society.
If you can't get somebody at least somewhat close to your age, you're a fucking incel who went to Germany just to get a 14-year-old poon. Sorry. Actually, I'm not.
I'm not.
I have no problem with dudes traveling just to, like, fuck like hookers who are of age. But if you're traveling to a country that has like very lax laws about this, just so you can have sex with a 14-year-old, you are a piece of fucking shit. You should be in jail. You should be probably gelded. Honestly, you're just the scum of society.
Wait, let me respond.
You're destroying an innocent child's life. You're just a massive piece of shit.
Wait, let me respond. Look,
Okay.
I'm not disagreeing with anything you say. You're just saying it in a very emotional way. I'm just saying it, I'm stating it legally, whatever the law says. Everything you said is just whatever the law is. So I'm just saying whatever the law says.
No, it's not what the law is.
I'm not
and that's
doing the
where
rain
you
dance.
That's where
You want me to do the rain dance? I'm just
Mr.
not doing
Slade,
the rain dance. That's all.
you keep hiding behind this legal fallacy, and that's not what the rest of us are saying. What the rest
Yes,
of us
it
are
is.
saying. No, it isn't.
Yes, it
Absolutely
is.
not. And
You
you
said
said
18.
it
18 is the
plain,
law.
clear as day.
You're saying
Plain
18. 18 is
and-
the law. You're just restating the law.
Well, okay, let me do this.
All right, just keep interrupting me, and I'll interrupt you, and then fuck it.
Let's pose the question like this. There are countries where the age of consent is like 13 or 14 years old. If you go to that country, does that make it okay for you to do something sexual with a 14-year-old?
Whatever the law says.
Well, if the law says it's okay, so you're okay with it?
Whatever the law says. I'm not going to restate it. Whatever the law says. You're just restating the law.
Okay, no. The law says it is 13 in a certain country. So you're saying it is okay to do that because the law says it's 13.
Whatever the law in this country says, that's what I say.
Well, I'm not talking about this country. I'm talking about you're traveling to a different country.
I'm not talking about anything except for the law in this country. Whatever the law in this country says. And by the way, the law in this
wait, there are states in this country where the law is like 15. The age of consent is 15. So let's say you go to one of those states. The law there says 15. Is that okay? Would that be something you would engage in?
The law in this country, in the United States, is that there is no age to get married. So you can marry any girl, as far as I know, at any age. Legally.
No, that's not true, actually. And there are a lot of, we have had this conversation, Slave. You bring it up time and time again, and I will fight you on this time and fucking
Ashley,
time
you can
again.
fight me. Just stop interrupting. Ashley,
No, I
just
will
stop
interrupt you because you are stating something that is not true. The fact is that you have to be at least 12 to 13 years old. You have to have parental consent from both sides of the family, and you have to have gone through strenuous legal procedures and have a judge sign off on it. What we are talking about are predators and pedophiles, and these people have not gone through the legal constructs to make such a sexual interaction, quote unquote, legal. So shut the fuck up.
Okay, thank you, Ashley. I wasn't listening. Anyway, the point I'm making is there is no limit to there is no minimal age, as far as I know. At least
Yes,
you know
there is.
what?
You're wrong.
No, right, right. There are,
Yes,
there,
there are
it's
as
like a
well.
split. There are states in which there is a minimal age for marriage, but there is plenty of states in which there is no limit to the age, to the minimal age of marriage.
Incorrect.
A guy, Ashley, stop it. A guy, no matter, as far as I know, a guy, no matter what his age, he could be 100, and the chick could be just born, just a fetus
Okay,
out of the
what
womb.
you're saying
He can
isn't
marry her.
true.
Right.
The
Go
age,
fuck a
the age,
fetus,
the
Mr.
age,
Slave. Go fuck a fucking
the
fetus.
age can vary from 18 to I think as low as 15 or 16, but every single state has a minimum age to get married. So what you're saying is
No.
fundamentally, factually.
I looked it up. Look, I'm just restating the law as far as I know.
No, you're
Mr.
not.
Maybe I'm
Slave,
wrong.
we all have Google, my guy.
I googled it. That's what I googled.
Yeah, so did I. And that's
No,
when we
we-
had this debate in the
Let's
past,
just
bro.
quickly.
No,
let's-
we had a 3-hour show on my channel. We went through everything. We discussed it.
Yeah, we did, and I fucking mocked you, and you are
No,
fucking
you weren't
denying
there.
that right now. Yes, I know I was there.
No, you weren't there.
Oh, the time that I wasn't there when I actually proved you wrong. Good job.
On
Okay,
my
here we go
channel
right
with
here.
Karen and Q2.
There we go. General age of marriage without parental court order. There's 18. There's one state that's 19 and one state that's 21. And then there's there's some states that have an exception if you get like a court order, but then at that point it goes to 15. So what you're saying is fundamentally not true. You can just use Wikipedia yourself. So yeah, you're just like talking out of your ass right now. All right. Anyway, let's go back to this video. I do find it like really concerning that you can't say, yeah, no, of course that's wrong. I don't care. I don't care if the state says it's 14. I wouldn't have sex with someone so young. That's
Yeah,
really
for that,
wrong.
that's disgusting to me. I
Okay.
just can't. I have children this age, and it's disgusting.
Wait, what about 15?
Still fucking wrong, my man.
What about 16?
Still fucking wrong.
What about 17?
Still pretty wrong. Less wrong than.
Oh, pretty wrong. Oh,
But still fucking wrong, man.
Yeah, Mr. Slave. Yeah, we start to
Wait,
get
wait.
into
What
the age of
what happened
cognitive
between
dis-
16? Okay, Ashley, be quiet. So what happened
Be
between
quiet,
16 and
because you're making
17
logical
that it
arguments.
became
Shut
pretty
the fuck up.
pretty that you added the word pretty? What happened between 16 and 17? Why did you go to pretty?
There's degrees of immorality. It is obviously way worse to have sex with a girl who's 12 than a girl who's 17. It's still wrong. It's just not quite as bad as having sex with a 12-year-old. And a 12-year-old is not quite as bad as a fucking 6-year-old, right? So there's degrees of it, but it's all still wrong. It's all morally repugnant. There's just degrees to it.
Also, are you pro-abortion? Are you pro-choice?
Yeah, I'm pro-choice.
Up to when?
3 months, 3.5 months.
Oh, not until birth.
No.
But isn't the law in this country until birth? In many
No,
states?
it's not.
It's
No.
no,
And in
it's
fact,
not-
it's been
that's not true.
completely digressed from that in
Yeah,
almost every state.
Yeah, first, Roe versus was overturned, and Roe versus Wade only gave protection until 3.5 months, and now it's up to the states. But I don't know a single state where you can get an abortion up until birth.
And even then, what they called partial, quote unquote, partial birth abortions, it was only in cases of like when the fetus or baby was born, it was not going to be a viable pregnancy, meaning the baby was not going to be born healthy and able to live. Okay. And the term itself, partial birth abortion, is not actually a medical term. It was developed by a right-wing fucking fascist group that termed the basically, I'm sorry, I'm emotional, but like basically they donned that term themselves. That's not a medical term. It's not, and it never has been.
Let's we're almost done with the video. Let's just finish this and then we can wrap up.
Crazy how hard you're trying to defend pedophilia. Like I didn't know this side of
I
you
just think it's just cringe. I
thought you had some like a bunch of crazy kinks and you had some drama, but I thought like you were firmly against pedophilia, and it doesn't sound like that's the case. Like honestly, I'll be honest. Like I kind of losing respect for you because that's so like fucked up, dude. It's like the mental.
Well, like so, there's degrees of respect, right? So I never like respected Mr. Slave as much as I respect like my close friends or something like that. But I have respect for everyone more or less until some level. Again, there's degrees of it until they, prove otherwise, right? So I'm not saying that like he was like in a unique category for me. He was in the same category as someone like that I'm loosely acquainted with. You know what I mean?
Gymnastics you're doing right now to like defend pedophilia is like insane.
Alex, you also think I've lost every debate in which I wiped the floor clean with everyone I debated. So
we have more delusion.
Oh, I don't care what you think. Your
Wait, you
view
just
of
said that
reality, as
now?
far as
Wait,
I'm
hold on.
concerned, is Looney Tunes. You have no contact with the universe that I.
Well, thanks for stopping by, Alex.
Yeah,
Wait, Alex, are you
I'll,
going to stop it?
no,
1 second.
no, let me finish it, and then we can talk.
Wait, but you just made a comment.
Good
Hide
night.
your wife, hide your kids.
Hide your kids, hide your Wi-Fi. That's my neighbor's
everybody out
Wi-Fi
there.
name. I love it.
All right, good night, y'all.
So wait,
Yeah.
before you leave,
Don't
Alex,
think
one
slave
more
can
word.
happen if you
Alex,
agree.
before you leave.
Yeah, what's up?
Anyone who accuses anyone of pedophilia, I accuse them of pedophilia. So therefore, I'm accusing you right now of being a pedophile. Congratulations. You're a pedophile.
Do you realize how
You're a pedophile. If you, by accusing anyone.
So, first of all, I didn't accuse you or anyone else.
Yes, you did. You're a pedophile. Congratulations. I'm going to let everyone know you're a pedophile.
Okay,
You
dude,
earned
that is literally
fair
like
and
the
square.
dumbest-
From
the
now
dumbest
on,
of the dumbest
because
arguments
only a
I've ever heard.
pedophile will accuse
I forgot about this part.
anyone
Or
of pedophilia.
literally
Only a pedophile will accuse anyone of pedophilia. So
No.
you're accusing me of pedophilia.
Wait, could you hold
so
on?
you're a
Let me
pedophile. How about that?
respond.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so I think there's actual statistics about people who accuse others of crimes. It's statistically, I would venture a guess. I have some evidence for this. I never looked deep into
Okay,
it.
you're venturing a
that-
guess and you're saying I
Yeah,
think there is, but
no
you're
evidence, you have
literally
no
calling
statistics.
someone a pedophile when
If
Alex
you
and I
have-
have
if you
never
have any-
actually called anyone a pedophile.
Yeah, if you have some
Okay,
statistics,
wait. I was in the middle of
Rollo.
the sentence when I heard some noises coming from Ashley's direction, which I will ignore. Anyway, my point was that if someone accuses anyone of a crime, I think there is statistical. I mean, I have anecdotal evidence. Like I've heard of, like there was one judge that was extremely always punishing pedophiles to extreme degrees. No one knew why, but if any case of a pedophile came to him, he would destroy the guy until they discovered, yeah, the judge was a pedophile. So whenever I hear someone accusing anyone of a crime, specifically of pedophilia, my intuition is, yeah, the guy's a pedophile. So if you're accusing me of pedophilia, then I'm accusing you of pedophilia.
That's an argument that a 7-year-old would make. You said my dad can kick your ass. My dad is stronger than your dad. You call me a poopy pants. You're a poo poo pants, right? So that's not a logical argument at all. That's the first thing. The second thing is I never actually accuse you of being a pedophile. A pedophile means that you had sex with an underage person. I don't believe you've ever done that. I have never seen any evidence that you've done that. I'm accusing you of taking a pro pedophilia position. That's very different. You can be pro. You can be pro pedophilia without actually being a pedophile. You can be pro murder without actually being a murderer. You can be pro rape without actually being a rapist, right? So they're very different things. So I never accused you of being a pedophile. I accuse you of taking a pro pedophilia position, and that is because of the words that are coming out of your mouth, my man. That is simply because of that. Has nothing to do with anything else. Okay, let's keep going.
You earned that.
Dude, you're like a 5-year-old kid. I'm accusing. First of all, I didn't accuse.
Well, there's no way out of it. There's no way out of it. You're calling me poopy pants. I'm going to call you poopy pants.
Okay.
Don't call me poopy pants. I'm gonna call you poopy pants.
Congratulations.
Poopy pants, I forgot about that.
But again, first of all, I didn't call you a pedophile. I'm saying
yes, you did. You said don't let.
Shut up for a second.
No, you shut up. You said don't let anyone hear Mr. Slave.
You're trying to mentally
You said
justify.
don't let anyone. Okay, so you're a pedophile. Congratulations. From now on, you're a pedophile. How about that?
Dude, you're literally like 5 years old.
Dude, you literally are a pedophile, dude. You're a pedophile. If you're accusing anyone of being a pedophile, you're a pedophile. Only a pedophile will accuse others of being a pedophile. How about that?
Only Mr. Slip, you don't. Mental gymnastics to try to.
Only a
make it seem like
pedophile
it's
will
okay
talk about
to talk to
pedophilia.
14-year-old
Only
kids.
a pedophile will talk about pedophilia. I didn't bring it up.
What? The whole topic was pedophilia before even.
Okay, whatever.
No, it wasn't. You brought it up. I just said Hormaxer did nothing wrong. You brought up pedophilia.
Oh,
We re-listened to
before
the.
it came on, I was
You brought,
I wasn't
no,
even
we
gonna-
did not do it. No. You brought it up. You brought it up. We looked into it.
You are the only one that brought up the word pedophilia. In fact, you and Hormaxer's camp. You guys are the only ones that have ever actually said that word. Alex has actually come out. Alex, let me speak for a second.
Yeah,
Although
go ahead.
you already are, but you have already said from your own mouth, and you have critiqued others for just throwing around the word pedophile. Like people that have called, like Greg called Hormaxer a pedophile. Love you, Greg. Love you. And you're not far off. I'm just saying that you actually said it. And Alex came out and publicly said, like, bro, like, I feel where you're coming from, but like we shouldn't just call people that because that is an actual terminology. That's a term that's used for people who have committed a crime. I have backed up that stance and said I will never actually call anyone a pedophile. We have all said these things. So in this disagreement, rather, Mr. Slave, you are the one that brought that up. We did not. Alex and I have never said the word pedophile. You guys are the ones that have.
Yeah. Also, furthermore, I was in fucking Jersey that night. I wasn't even gonna go on the podcast. I'd be up really early. I was just listening to this as I was eating my dinner before going to bed. And I heard you defending pedophilia for fucking like 20 minutes. You probably didn't use the word pedophilia, but you were defending Hormaxer's behavior. Like there was absolutely nothing wrong with him.
No,
Like,
he did use the word pedophilia. He did.
Oh, did he? Okay. Okay. That's
yes,
even worse.
he did. He said
Okay.
we were calling him a pedophile, and I was arguing that we weren't.
Yeah. But anyway, so I heard you guys discussing this for 20, 30 minutes, and I could not resist the urge to come on and call out this nonsense. So I didn't bring up this topic. I had no intention of even doing a live stream that night. And that's why I was only on for 10 minutes because I couldn't stay long. But you guys were discussing it. And if you doubt that, why don't you go back and actually watch the stream? This is like, I don't even know how that's up for discussion. Like literally, that's what happened on that stream. Okay, anyway, let's keep going.
I have literally made so many comments saying that, like, I have never outwardly called anyone a pedophile, but I did say that there were pedophilic behaviors, and I specified many times that that is an adjective used to describe certain behaviors.
Yeah, defending pedophilia is different than being a pedophile.
Accusing me of being a pedophile? I'm accusing you of being a pedophile.
All right. Well, anyway, you're a retard. I don't know what else I can say.
You're a pedophile.
Y'all.
That shows you can't reason with them. There's no logic with them. This will be continued in the part 2 of Better the Netflix series. Shout out to Andrew of the Crucible.
Black Silver's in chat, and I like a lot of the videos that he makes, especially about a certain rhymes with Manthony, right? I like those videos especially.
You have learned to bury your guilt with anger. I will teach you to confront it.
Black Silver loves Batman, but I do too. So,
dude, great video. Seriously, though,
I do agree with the last takeaway. You can't reason with Mr. Slave. I do agree. With
some men just want to watch the world burn. Alex.
Look, I'm just saying we watched your video, the one in which the one you named Mr. Slave Pro Pedo ? We watched it. We had a panel for 3 hours, and we kept inviting you. I understand you couldn't come. Doesn't matter. But during that, we discovered that you brought up, at least in the conversation between me and you brought up pedophilia first.
No, that didn't happen.
It's not important.
Dude, okay.
It's not important.
You are
It's
going
not
to make me
important.
go back
It's
and
factually
literally
untrue.
repost when you brought it up, Mr.
Wait,
Slave.
Ashley, hold on.
Oh my God.
Okay, look, Alex, we had a video. We had 3 hours. You're welcome to go and watch it. The conclusion of the panel was that you brought up pedophilia.
Okay, anyway, this is the dumbest thing ever. Anyone can go back and watch the initial stream. Whose channel was it on? Ashley, your channel?
Yeah.
Okay, so
my
anyone can go on Ashley's channel, that stream, and watch what happened 10, 15 minutes before I came on. I could do it now. I feel like that's going to be a waste of time. I mean, this is just...
Yeah, it's obvious. Dude.
Like, Ashley was there. A lot of Michelle was there. Everyone saw who brought the
Sarah,
topic.
Michelle.
I'm not
me,
saying
fucking-
I'm not
I don't
saying on
randomly, I
Ashley.
don't randomly at 1 a.m. think, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to debate pedophilia, right? Like,
No,
let's
dude,
not-
you were in New Jersey getting
Wait, hold
fucking
on.
medical treatment.
Ashley, stop. Ashley, stop. Look, Alex, I'm not saying that on Ashley's channel, you brought. I mean, I'm not saying pedophilia was not brought up before. I'm saying on your video, between me and you brought up pedophilia first. That's the conclusion of the panel. That I had on my
Are you
channel.
talking about the clip I took from that stream?
Yes, your video. On your video, you brought up pedophilia first. In the discussion between me and you on your video. Look, it's not critical. I'm just saying if you accuse
It's not critical, then why are you bringing it up, bro?
Fine, Ashley, stop.
Ashley, stop. Ashley, stop. You keep bringing up such base points. Ashley, stop.
I took a clip of the because that's what I do on my clips channel. I do clips.
It doesn't
every day.
fine. I'm okay with that.
I'm gonna finish. Hang on. I took a clip of that discussion and I titled it "Is Mr. Slave pro pedophilia?"
No, you didn't. You titled it "Mr. Slave pro pedophilia?" ?
That's the
There was
same
no
shit.
is. No, it's not completely. It's a statement with a question. It's not a question. It's different. There's no
Well,
is.
I will.
Like your logical fallacies.
I will double down and triple down on that. You are pro pedophilia. Every position you have on this topic is pro pedophilia. I have not seen you take one anti pedophilia position. So,
How am I pro pedophilia? What's the definition of pedophilia?
Oh my god! I'm not playing this weird.
Then
game.
retract.
do
Then
this.
retract. If you're not going to define pedophilia, then
Retract your
retract.
penis into your
Oh my god!
cage.
This is so crazy.
Retract your claim or concede.
Retract your
Look,
penis
Alex,
into
I'm going to wipe the.
I'm gonna mute you again because you're making no sense and you're just pissing off everyone in the chat. Okay, I'm not gonna play this weird define this, define that game with you. I know you like to do that. I know you like to just make people define everything. I'm gonna define pedophilia. You're gonna be like, can you define what having sex with children means? Can you define sex? Can you define child? Can you define half? It's a really weird game. Everyone knows what the fuck pedophilia is. So yeah, this is just super ultra dumb. I don't know, man. You can either like fucking change your position or take the L. But yeah, I'm not gonna play
Alex,
this.
you know what I think?
Game with you.
I think you should replay Sarah's roast of him the other night.
Ooh, that is good. Although I feel like I don't know. Okay, fine. We can do it real quickly.
It was epic though. Like, to be honest.
Dude, I like with any other person I would do this, but like I'm not gonna play his fucking weird define this, define that game. Like everyone fucking knows what a fucking pedophile is or pedophilia is. Like so fucking dumb to play this game.
Yeah, Sarah's roast. You should make that into one of your shorts for real for the PWF Clips channel. You got to do it. Like that was gold, dude.
Yeah, I might. Okay, let's do where is it? Not so erudite. Open panels turns into massive shit show. Oh wait, there we go.
Wait, the uncomfortable truth. Maybe he wants to come on. Sounds like he wants to defend me. Unmute. He says to unmute me.
No, he's not a fan. I assure you.
He can come on if he wants to. I don't give a shit. But yeah, I'm not gonna play the definition game with you. Okay.
Oh, it's a definition game. Oh, okay.
Yes, because once I give you the definition, you're going to ask me to give you the definition, one of the words in definition. You usually keep doing this for half an hour. It's an insult to everyone in the channel, their intelligence. It's super dumb. It's a waste of everyone's time. So you can Google pedophilia on your own if you want and like fucking check Wikipedia to dictionary.com to Merriam-Webster's dictionary and look at a bunch of definitions and try to like reason your way how like that you're not defending pedophilia. That's up to you, my man. I'm not gonna do it on myself. It's a waste of everyone's time.
Wait, let me respond.
Oh, I'm back. Come on. Hold on. No, go ahead. It's my fault.
Wait, QT, you want to come on?
Yeah, no. Yeah, all I was gonna say was real quick. I think because of, I think it's a little bit unfair to say that you can't define what you're accusing him of being because everybody knows, like you're appealing to normalcy or whatever the fuck it's called. Like, I think it's a little unfair to do that if you're going to have a back and forth about something.
Okay. I have defined pedophilia in the past. I will let's just I will indulge in this for 1 second. I guess this is where the blue pill takes you. All right. Anyway, so
what are you talking about? Why are you implying I'm on his side?
Because you know that he's not being good faith right now. He doesn't actually contest my definition of pedophilia. He's just doing this weird detraction tactic that he does all the time. If it was anyone else, I would happily play this game and do the definitions. But I'm not doing that with him because this is just a tactic he uses over and over again. It doesn't lead to anything productive. Okay,
so you refuse. Oh, okay.
Pedophilia.
Wait, can you show it? Can you show it?
Okay, here we go. Let me show it. Okay, I can't believe I'm doing this.
Jesus fucking balls.
I sort of see why everyone tells me to stop bringing Mr. Slave on because it's just like super dumb. Okay. Let's go with psychology today. Pedophilia is defined as recurrent, intense sexual arousing fantasies, sexual urges, or behaviors involving sexual activity with a minor. There we go. Cool. Now you're going to ask me to define sexual arousing fantasy or recurrent.
What's the definition?
Alex.
Wait, what's the definition of a minor?
There we go. See, I knew he was going to do that. Okay.
Wait, but how is that unfair though? That's the thing. I'm like, how is it unfair to say what is a minor?
Guys.
I'm not doing this, dude.
The link. Sarah is that?
Oh yeah, figure, come on. Exactly. And I'm gonna define minor, and then he's gonna ask me to define something else. So we're gonna do this for half.
Well, no, because you have to know when is somebody an adult. I think that's a fine question to ask.
Someone under the age of 18.
So anybody that's under 18 is not able to make decisions for themselves or consent to sex. That's basically what you're saying. And I think as long as you're saying that, I think almost I would say it's fair to ask like why 18? What
Okay.
stages of development? What?
I'm not playing this game.
That's when I say we
I've
have
already,
to go into
I've
science.
already,
Q2, we have to go into science.
I've already
You have to
indulged
go
this
into
way too much, and then
you have to go into psychological
this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna work. Then you're gonna ask me to find something else and define something else, and then it's gonna be fucking. This stream is gonna be 4 hours in. We're gonna be way off topic, and it's gonna be extremely unproductive. And there's gonna be like 20 people watching this stream because it's ultra boring to play this definition game. Everyone knows what a pedophile is. Everyone knows what a minor is. There's no need for us to constantly go through definitions. It's super fucking dumb. Yeah, and that's
all I'm saying is that if you disagree on a definition, isn't it not fair to say let's explore the definition? I think if you're talking about psychology, because what I assume you're saying is it could be something sex with a minor is psychologically damaging or whatever, which is fine. That's a completely fair.
Alex, I think I honestly think this is something you need to get Erudite involved in. I really do. Like for her to come in and talk about.
No offense to Erudite, but actually you're more than smart enough to have this conversation about psychology. I think we should be fine.
Yeah, but
Well, I think she means like that Erudite has the credibility and the credentials
Bro,
to discuss it.
Because
again,
you guys keep asking for credentials.
Actually, I'm gassing you up right now. You are smart enough. You're smart enough to have a conversation.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
I'm gonna speak now. Then we'll let Sarah speak. Okay. So there's two things I want to say. One is I think the big takeaway after this stream is I'm just not gonna have Mr. Slave on, or at least not do it as often because he just does this weird shit where he yells every stream and plays this goofy definition game. So that's the big takeaway. I was kind of resistant to it because I believe in having a pro each platform, but yeah, it's just like when you're like ruining the quality of the show and just being a fucking jackass constantly, it's just not good for me to have you on. That's the first thing. The second thing is that you're acting like Mr. Slave is doing this out of a good faith perspective, and he's just legitimately confused. He's not. I've had this discussion many times. We've debated many times. He just does this definition game where he asks you to define every single possible thing as a way of from the actual argument, and it is really stupid to go along with that. I'm surprised I even pulled up the definition of pedophilia because it's honestly a waste of everyone's time.
All right. So yeah, I'll say that I haven't been a part of your other discussions, but I will say if you're talking about something like psychology and somebody's like, okay, let's get into psychology of what makes somebody able to consent to sex, I think that's a fair argument. I think it's a fair line of.
Okay, do you think it is okay to have a very sexual conversation with someone who's 14 years old, assuming you're in a state where that is legal? Is that okay or is that not okay?
A sexual about what? What do you mean?
A sexual conversation. We're talking about sexual topics.
Your penis, their vagina, Q2. Jesus fucking Christ.
Well, no, I would say that's like maybe sexual harassment or something like that. Possibly, I would say, yeah.
Is it okay? Do you think that's right?
You too.
Is that right? Hold up. Probably not. No, I would say no. I'd say more often than not. Most likely, probably shouldn't happen because, like, what if you're the first person? Like, it's all a bunch of weird stuff. Probably not.
Well, what if you're not the first person? What if they've been raped when they were 12? Is that okay then?
I mean, if you're talking about the psychology of handling it, maybe it's more likely, but it's still probability-wise not good.
This tells you everything you need to know.
God.
My respect for you has crashed as well.
What? Because I said probably not.
I'm literally my fucking blood pressure is pounding. Like my head, my face is so red. Like, oh my God, I hate all of you.
Okay. I'm done with this line of questioning with Q2. I think we told us what we need to know. Sarah, you can make your speech, and then I will wrap up before we hit the 3-hour mark.
Oh, I thought you were gonna play the thing, but no, I just think that I don't think that Mr. Slave comes into this stuff in necessarily like a good faith or being genuine.
Not at all.
Huh?
Not at all.
Right. I think he likes to kind of like play this act out and act like this strange character, but I truly believe if he goes to work every day, he probably acts like a totally normal dude. But he doesn't need attention from there. He doesn't want attention from there.
No, Sarah, no, you're wrong. He goes into work and he says, hey, let me tell you how it's okay to fuck 14-year-olds. Okay, listen.
But I just think, you know, it's just it's a childish behavior. It's negative attention seeking, and it's getting old. It was funny at first, but here's the real big kicker is that Mr. Slave, people aren't laughing with you, they're laughing at you. And that's a big difference. And because you enjoy that kind of attention, like it's not going to get anywhere for you. Like you're not going to gain anything from it except for maybe a little dopamine kick here and there, but at the end of the day, people will get tired of you and it's going to get boring, and we're going to move on to the next person to make fun of. You know, I mean, that's kind of what's already going on with you now. It's kind of just getting old.
I mostly agree. I think what is it? Yeah, I think unfortunately, and it's a part of just any community or any internet thing, is like people do get like downplayed to characters and shit like that, and archetypes and conversation styles, and like yeah, people will move on, unfortunately. So I sort of kind of agree. It's pretty harsh, but not untrue, you know.
I also just want to say Rollo Tomassi is a fucking bitch.
Well, I just have one final question for Q2. It's kind of repetitive, but I want to hear the answer to this. So
Yeah,
let's say you find out that one of your friends traveled to a country where the age of consent is 12 and they had sex with a 13-year-old prostitute. Would you think that was okay? Would you condemn them and find them?
I would most likely condemn them because because like there's probably a sex traffic. It's like I don't think because I don't think there's a possibility that person was able to consent. So I'd say like no, I most likely condemn them. I'd probably say like 99.99% of the time I condemn them, or even 100%.
What would make it okay?
What if you're speaking about technicalities? If they were maybe technically able to, but it's like a super rare technicality. The whole issue, my actual it's like my actual stance is that like the reason, and this is why I don't know why I didn't want to talk. This is super easy to talk about, but basically the reason we have these whole age things and all that stuff is because we're talking about the brain state and the psychology of a person, and if they're able to consent and all that stuff. And that's why I fight, I guess, against or for or whatever. Like if somebody is mentally capable, then they should be able to have.
So let's say that 13-year-old is very mentally capable. Let's say they're like fucking, they have their own job, they're very independent. Would that be okay then if they're mentally capable?
If they're mentally capable, then there's nothing wrong because they're mentally capable. That's the thing we're fighting over, because that's the hypothetical that you presented. If they're yeah.
Okay.
Can I make sure I understand this, Q2?
Yeah.
Because I have a 13-year-old daughter. So you're saying like if she's mentally capable,
yeah,
like then she should be able to consent to. I really want to make sure I'm nailing this down right.
Yes, because
it's capable of consenting to sex.
Because that's the hypothetical we're dealing in the hypothetical situation that she was. If it's not, that's basically what you're asking.
Hypothetical.
Wait. Hold up. Yo, Ashley, hold up. So look, all right. So hold up. So look, if the hypothetical is if there's no psychological damage and they're mentally capable, then are they allowed to do it? I would say yes, because that's the hypothetical.
Isn't even able to vote.
But we're going to the hypothetical. We're talking about a hypothetical.
They can't even get ready for school in the morning on their own.
Well, my daughter can't. She's pretty good.
That's what we're talking about.
Sarah,
the hypothetical.
Come on. We talk like there's so many things that she can't do by herself.
You know, they're incapable of making a decision on.
You can literally have sex with someone and decide whether or not you can maybe take care of a baby. Give me a fucking break. Not to you,
but
Sarah.
we're talking about the hypothetical, obviously.
There's no hypothetical where that
based on reality.
But the whole point of a hypothetical is to put it in isolation. Of course, that's what we're talking about.
You're isolating a 13-year-old that has not developed their frontal lobe yet. Are you fucking
No. That's basically okay. So let's go with that then. All right. So that's what we're saying. We're saying mentally mature, able to, all this stuff, not emotionally damaging, all this stuff.
That's the hypothetical. We're talking in debate terms and all that stuff. That's the hypothetical. We're
Okay,
dealing with hypothetical. That's like
hold
saying
on,
if I
Q2. Hold on.
hold
If
up.
you do it,
That's like
no,
saying
you hold
if
the
I was
fuck on.
able.
If
Right?
you're
Yeah. What's up?
doing Q2, if you're doing a hypothetical, you still have to base the hypothetical on reality. Would a
No,
13-year-old
really.
be
The whole point of a hypothetical is
no,
to stress out
stop it.
ideas. The whole
Are
point
you
of a
telling
hypothetical is to
me
stress out ideas.
Q2, are you really telling
A
me
realistic
a
idea.
13-year-old would be
Okay, so that's
capable?
well. I actually said fine. Yes, correct. So it's not realistic. I agree,
It's not
100%.
realistic at all.
Of
So you
course.
can't
Thank
even
you.
use
Yes.
that as a hypothetical.
Yes. It's not
That-
realistic, but I'm saying that's
not
the
a
hypothetical is not
that's
always
not even a
realistic.
what if scenario because it's not realistic.
Well, no. I'm saying the whole point of a hypothetical is to test your ideas in extreme circumstances that maybe aren't likely. That's the whole point of a hypothetical. So we're going with the
But you
hypothetical.
still have to
You know what?
base it based on
actually do,
realistic
guys.
facts. Like
I actually do have a very good point, though. A lot of people keep arguing that, like, well, you're talking about a 13 to 17-year-old, and blah blah blah. These differences. Yes, okay, I can maybe sort of, in a tiny bit of universe, concede to that. Okay, but here we are talking about a 13 to 17-year-old. Now then, imagine the 13 to 17-year-old with somebody that's 18 to 25, maybe, right? Okay.
Mhm.
So we're talking about frontal lobal cortex development, blah,
I
blah,
told
blah.
you you're smart enough for this.
Hold on. Thank you. But we're saying, thank you. But we're saying these 13 to 17-year-olds and their frontal lobe cortex development, and then 18 to 25-year-olds frontal cortex development. But that's not what we're actually talking about. What we're talking about is a 45 to 46-year-old plus male who is obviously a very disturbed, cringe, disgusting individual. No offense,
Mhm.
but all the offense, Mr. Horsemaxer. But what we're saying here is, like, it doesn't even compute. It's not in the same realm. So, as Mr. Slave was saying, like, well, then what makes it, acceptable? What makes it legally this or legally that? Blah, blah, blah. If we're going to go on morality, then, like, you're talking about a 13 to 17-year-old maybe consenting to sex with somebody who's 18 to 25 years old.
Mhm.
Yes, I think that as human beings, we kind of concede that, like, okay, at our areas of development and maturity, there might be a little bit of a difference. But once you hit 45 fucking
Mhm.
years old, you should not, could not, would not. There is no way, shape, or form where a 45-year-old male or female should be wanting to engage in sexual activity with a 14-year-old little girl or little boy. Period.
Okay. That's fine.
And that's something that we haven't addressed so far.
Oh yeah, that's fine. Because you tied up everything pretty well. So yeah, okay, fine.
Okay, anyway, I'm gonna just very quickly comment. I think that if you're a fucking grown ass man, you're going to different country with the laws, whatever, and to have sex with a 13, 14-year-old, you are a piece of fucking shit. Anyone who defends that kind of behavior is also somewhat of a piece of shit. That's my final sense on this. But anyway, I want to wrap up. I don't know how we got on pedophilia. We were just initially talking about
Mr. Slave's name came up and pedophilia.
I
somehow
brought
made its
it
way
up.
into the
It was
topic.
honestly my fault tonight. It was my fault, but I was like, Alex, like
Standing ovation, Alex. Standing
know.
ovation.
Black v Silver's video was like, it highlighted how Alex nailed Mr. Slave so beautifully, and like it was great. And
please don't use
Sorry.
the word Alex nailed Mr. Slave.
Down
Sorry.
clip.
Yes, but anyway,
thanks for having us on, Alex. Thanks.
Yeah, for sure.
Sorry to derail. Sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good. All right,
You
guys.
still hate me, Alex?
What?
You still hate me?
I don't hate you. I don't hate you. I just lost respect for you. That's all.
All right. I mean, I'm not
I
necessarily.
don't hate you. You've never done anything bad to me. Why would I hate you?
No, that was just a common phrase. I didn't actually mean that. But what was it specifically? Because what was it specifically you lost respect for me for?
For defending the idea of someone who's a grown ass man having sex with a 14-year-old.
In the hypothetical that there's no damage or whatever.
Yeah, it's still fucked up.
But that makes okay.
That's a even if okay, let's pretend even if the hypothetical is if my 13-year-old daughter engaged with a 45-year-old man and there would be no emotional damage, no distraught. She'd be perfectly fine in her life afterwards. I'm going to entertain your hypothetical and still tell you it's fucked up, Q2. That is still disgusting.
Oh,
Like,
for what reason though? Yeah.
I don't want guys. I don't want to revisit this debate. I want to wrap up.
Sorry, Alex. Sorry.
One point. Oh man.
We can do this. Nah, man. I don't want to talk
Well,
about
at Q2, we're going on Ashley's stream here in a minute, so we
go
can follow
on
up there
Ashley's
if you want.
You guys
All
can play the definition game and all
Alex, you coming?
that. Yeah, maybe I'll stop by later. I told Duke I'll come on his stream in a little bit, so I'm gonna eat. Maybe go on Duke's stream for a few minutes, and then I'll probably shoot some videos, and then I'll see what's going on around like 2 or 3 a.m. All right, guys. Appreciate y'all. Have a good night. Tune in for tomorrow's stream. It's gonna be a good time.